the Roy Ward. Welcome to this, the 2004 Division 2 A-grade Grand Final, to be contested between the Lalor and Reservoir football clubs. To perform the Australian National Anthem, would you please welcome Miss Tennille Lloyd.
Slowly in. Need to be in on Tennille when she starts to sing.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gift of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains and let us sing, advance Australia fair.
She nailed it. She nailed it.
Division 2 Grand Final, and welcome to the commentary box, Tony Top.
Mark Donnelly, terrific. What a great day. The sun's out, little breeze here. Doesn't look like any rain. That is the opening siren of the Division 2 A-grade Grand Final. Umpire Cam McPherson puts the ball down and we're away. And it's going to be Lalor with the first touch out of the centre. It's a quick kick out of the air. Oh, well, missed everything there. Coming through was Hollingsworth. The umpire McPherson, big pack of players at centre half forward for Reservoir, kicking to the Homecrafts Pavilion end here of the Whittlesea Showgrounds, will come in and throw the ball up.
Couple of matchups early. Anetta's got James. Big job for Joseph Anetta.
Looking for his leap over the top, I'd say, Mark.
Was Langbourne, Hayden Langbourne tried to get out, but here's Taylor got a quick kick out of the pack and went out to the half forward flank. The race is on. It's going to be Doherty versus McGregor. Young McGregor being the star over the finals. Got down to Spagula. He got it over to his teammate in Carpenter. Carpenter deep on the boundary. He centres it up, but it's all Lalor, and they'll mark. They'll play on quickly because it came out of defence there by Wheatley. Went over to his teammate in Sinclair. That could be dropping the ball, not paid by the umpire. They're in all sorts of trouble, Lalor, as they dive in the ball. Good effort there by Sinclair, but the free kick has come to Moody, and Moody's got the ball at centre half forward. Interesting start.
I thought the free kick was there for Sinclair being tackled, taken a bounce and lost the ball in the bounce. Moody had a sensational game against McLeod last week, very early, and he's very dangerous across that half forward line. Well, the breeze probably going that way, is it, Mark, the Homecrafts Pavilion end?
Yeah, just probably only a 2-goal breeze. There's not much breeze there, really.
It's not at all. It blaved in sunshine. Moody comes in. Is this the opening score of the match? Got plenty of length on it. Has cleared the pack. And the crowd like it, the Reservoir crowd. That is the opening score. It is a goal to Reservoir's Moody. They are one straight goal, leading Lalor yet to open their account. Lalor will be a good, tough team today.
As we're back in the centre, Mavoloski versus Pretty, the two big fellas of second division. Mavoloski got up high, but a chance here was at Mako to try to get his kick, couldn't, it was smothered. But the handball came out to Drew. Drew goes forward with a long kick, looking there for Ryan. Ball travels over the top, Sinclair, and threw out there, but a chance for was Wheatley, and it'll go out of bounds, and we'll see a throw in.
What I like is it already looks like Reservoir prepared the running numbers, aren't they? Get in there and give that support that's needed. They're doing that very well early. Lalor, of course, Mark, only played the once in the last 4 weeks, haven't they, with the final structure the way it is. They played a week off after the home and away, then the second semi-final, and a week off again. So they might take a little bit to run into some form. Eventually the ball makes its way back into play. Lalor with numbers around the footy. Good combination of handball. Come out to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth throws it out wide for Tarzan to run into. At the half-back line, foot race between Maker and Tarzan. And Maker, another Reservoir player, been in sensational form through the finals. Sees it over the boundary line in front of the scoreboard. That has Reservoir one straight goal. Lalor yet to open their account. 3 minutes opening term.
Yeah, Lalor struggled to get over their half-forward line at the moment, but Reservoir kicking with a probably 2-goal breeze as we see a throw-in take place right under the scoreboard as She throws the ball in there. It's going to be Noble. Come over the top. Got it down. Chance this time running onto it that time. And a quick kick out of that. Packed there by Reservoir. And they've got it 25 metres around from their goal. They're on the outer side of the ground between the scoreboard and the goals. And we'll see a throw in.
And you do say she. It is umpire Tracy Morrison on the boundary over there. First female boundary umpire to do an A-grade final. And congratulations to Tracy. She's about to put the ball back in 30 metres around from the Reservoir goal at the Homecrafts Pavilion end of the Whittlesea Showgrounds. The Rucks do battle. Manilowski got a hand on it. Moody went through the pack without the footy. Hollingsworth had plenty of touches early, sends it out wide, clearing kick off the half-back line, working up towards centre wing. Pack of players underneath the ball. Reservoir, Drew got the quick kick forward. Comes straight back in. Is that Manilowski, is it? Drifted up the ground. He looked a low, hard kick in the forward line. But the free kick has been given away there by Scuderi. And it will go to Reservoir at the half-back line to be taken by Grindle.
Grindle with a long kick towards the centre of the ground, looking up there for, went up high that time, was Pretty. Ball's at ground level. They dive on it, Lalor defence, and that was through Marshall. And the ball's locked up, and we'll see a ball up.
Breeding might have got a kick in there too that time.
Yes, you'd think so.
Wasn't coming.
Throw up will take place. Ryan to do the ruck work. Got it down. Chance, little kick out of the pack there by Lalor. Only went to centre half forward and found Scuderi. Scuderi looking for the handball. And he's just inside the square. Goes long. 1-on-1. Is it going to be James? James just pushed the netter off the ball. And with his bulk, just easy mark. 25 metres out, directly in front.
Well, that's the advantage of James. Shoulder to shoulder with opponent. Too strong for a netter. Really do think a netter's back there just to run off him, run high and jump over him. But that was certainly not a leading James there. He stopped and waited for a netter, had to stand beside him and just got pushed out of the road very easily in the end. So Lalor at the 5-minute mark just ticked over, looking for their first score of the match to the club rooms here at Whittlesea. Aaron James, leading goal kicker of the competition. Oh, he's pulled it left, pulled it a long way left. Goal umpire, just a quick chat there with the boundary umpire to ensure that it was through for a behind. And that will see Drew go back to bring the ball back in for Reservoir. Lalor, opening score is a minor one. They are 1 point. Reservoir, one straight goal, 6 off the boot of Moody.
Drew, designated kicker out at full-back, goes to the outer side of the ground. That's a nice kick off the boot. He's looking out there for a netter, up high and in front that time. It's a Lalor mark, and it's going to go back there to Briggs. Briggs, right at half forward, got the lead from James. James had to bite on it, couldn't get the second bite, tries to punch it on. And there's a free kick, and it's going to go against James, and it's going to go to, it looks like... Edwards.
Tall man, short man. Edwards with the free kick at the half-back line. Put it out towards centre wing, but it was on play. They'll have to go back. I say short man, James just put his arm out to the side and Edwards right into it. And there is a big size comparison there. Edwards again starts, goes to the same side. Short kick in there, finds Pretty. Pretty is at the defensive 50. Looks further afield on the far side. Long kick up towards the scoreboard. Lalor in front, can't hold on the mark. Second effort there. It's a loose ball now, an opportunity for the forwards to keep it locked in, but it's going to be run out. Handball to Marshall in the middle of the ground. Marshall out to Badrick. Badrick on the wing, far side. The kick forward again, looking for James. This is what a netter wants to do. Come over the top and bring the ball to ground. He did it on that occasion. Williams mopped up. Went backwards with a handball to Galletti. He's under a little bit of pressure. Has to go wide for Spaghetti. It's out towards the boundary line and it'll be over 40 metres around from the Lalor goal. But they are 1 point and a Reservoir a one straight goal.
Throw will take place 30 metres around from the Lalor goal. They're kicking into the breeze first term. Doing the ruck work there will be Kalia. Kalia, big throw in. Kalia got it tapped out the back, wasn't effective. Only fell in the arms of Collins. Collins got a quick kick along the ground and it'll dribble out of bounds. But it's gained probably about 25 metres and it pushes it up between half forward and wing position commentary side of the ground.
I think we can expect a lot of that today from the Reservoir defence, just trying to push it out, find boundary lines. Don't give Lalor the opportunity to control the ball forward. Boundary line throw in. Badrick's going to come over the top, got a good thump down. Seeley's going to run onto this. Breeding with him. Breeding works his way to the front, controlled it nicely. Will be happy too and does find the boundary line, 40 metres from the Lalor goal. The term has ticked over 8-minute mark. It is 6 points Reservoir, 1 point Lalor. This big Division 2 A-grade grand final.
Throw in. Kalia will do the ruck work. Looks like Taylor's going to do the ruck work. No, it'll be Pretty coming from the side. No one really got it out. It just went over the top of the back. The handball came out, hit Marshall. Marshall got over looking at that time for Mavaloski. He was tackled, lost possession. Coming through there was, looked like Collins. Breeding's on the bottom of the pack, can't get it out. And he's Lalor looking and appealing to the umpire for a free kick. But no fourth because it'll be a ball up 30 metres out from the Lalor goal.
Umpire Woodhead puts the ball up into the air, pretty over the top was it, brought the ball down. Chance here for Grindle, wrapped up quickly, doesn't have the footy, high tackle, and Grindle will take the ball. Just short of the half-back line for Reservoir in defence. Looking to go across the ground, the dangerous Maker's got a little bit of space away from his opponent there in Clint Wheatley. Maker in the half-back line, nowhere to go with it up forward, just a long one. Taylor's going to have to run onto it. Oh, got away from Clint Wheatley, stayed in the field of play. He's on centre wing, low and hard, a good pass in front of the scoreboard. Kane O'Brien takes a mark, going to ground.
O'Brien underneath the scoreboard, Beatrice Reservoir 1 goal, Lalor 1 point. Goes along with a lovely drop punt to centre half forward, getting back in defence. There's Badrick, had to go to spoil, but roving the pack beautifully there was Breeding. Got the kick, but there's a trip on play, and Breeding will take the kick. And he will be no more than 30 metres out, and he will be directly in front, kicking to the home and Crafts Pavilion end.
Well, this is a great start from Reservoir. Lalor had the ball in their forward line for the last 2-3 minutes, haven't been able to get a goal on the board. Reservoir got the first goal of the match and now forced it forward. Breeding certainly broke through that pack well, didn't he? Read the ball brilliantly. Diving lunge from Lalor, tripped him up on the way through, and Breeding lines up, 30 out, directly in front. Important kick, giving Reservoir the early edge, the psychological edge. It's with the two Blues at the moment. Their second goal, they are 2 straight, 12 points Reservoir, leading Lalor 1 behind.
Here's Lalor, the ball's put down the middle again. Mavaloski and Pretty do battle. No one really got the tap out, went straight to ground. Marshall dives on top of the ball there. Now it's thrown out towards Dennis. Dennis in plenty of trouble, so he's got to feed the handball on to Langborn, which is Gavin Langborn. He got it over to Scuderi. Scuderi goes long up to the goal square. Getting back there's Bridge. He's got to go to the spoil because he's caught behind, and it'll get punched out of defence and go out of bounds for throw-in. 10 metres around, and we'll see a throw-in take place.
Dennis, another auto-direct winner, Mark, picked up a couple hundred for the match against McLeod, and in the play here early. That's 10 metres around from the Lalor goal. They're 1 point on the board, trailing Reservoir by 11. They're 2 straight goals for 12. Ball thrown back in. James will do the ruck work in the forward half. Pretty's dropped back, straight down. Reservoir at the front and centre. Handball off to Grindle. Grindle up towards centre wing. Now they've got to come from all directions of the footy here. Takes a brave contest. Piccadilly knocks it further afield. Hollingsworth, got a cruel bounce. Coming through. Mavaloski picked it up. Quick kick forward. Going to find Langborn. Can't hold on to it. Need a play to run through. Edwards put his body on the line for Reservoir. They come up with the football, but only as far as Dennis. Dennis on centre wing. Plenty of time. Wow, he's kicked it straight into Moody. Good work from Moody. Ricochets up to Edwards. Edwards feed the handball off. Run off the half-back lines. Good from Reservoir. Drew, long kick. 50 metres over distance. Low and hard. McGregor couldn't take the mark. He's back in the contest. The ball go. Lalor have control. Tarzan takes it the half-back line. Handball over the top. Is this Scuderi on the end of that one? Handball over the top again towards Langborn. Langborn holds on to it. Has a look around the corner. I think it might have been meant for Marshall. It's a little bit too long for him. Loose ball here. A little bit on behind players there. Scuderi dives in after. It's in the forward half for Lalor. Desperate stuff. Carney throws it out. Free play here. Briggs is going to run into an open goal. He misses. Misses to the near side.
Just while that's happening, Toppy, Sinclair in that heavy collision's been in the hands of the trainer for probably a good minute now, and I think he's got problems with his arm.
2 points, Lalor, and a miss to James and a miss to Briggs. Reservoir, 2 straight goals, 12. It's a 10-point lead to Reservoir. It's nearly 13 minutes into the opening term. You have a bit of a call. I'll have a little bit of a look at Darryl Sinclair.
Okay, as Drew goes up to the centre on the ground and finds Breeding unattended. The kick probably wasn't meant for him, but luck's a fortune this time. Things are travelling all right for the Reservoir side. They kick up there towards a weak position to find Moody. Moody's handball's out to Maker. Maker stands. He delivers. Ryan's in the van here. Ryan, strong in the air, has taken a good mark there. Just inside of centre half forward, and he will line up.
Sinclair is trying to stay on the ground. He's holding that elbow. He walked into that contest holding his elbow, and he's made the decision now. He needs to go from the ground. He's running towards the boundary line, and there's no doubt that if Darryl Sinclair is leaving the ground, he is hurt. And he makes his way from the boundary line. We saw a shocking shoulder injury yesterday to Bundora's Harrison. Scotty Ryan, though, we go back to him. He lines up. Oh, they got 3 from 3. Reservoir. They're on fire early. as Ryan puts it through for Reservoir's third. They are 3 straight, 18 leading Lalor, 2 behinds.
Good on you, Toppy.
It's
Down in the middle she goes once again, and Mavalowski wins it out this time. He's looking out there for Scuderi, overran it that time. A chance this time for making apply the tackle, but doing some heavy work there was Taylor at the bottom of the pack. Pretty dives on top, and Scuderi can't get it out, and we'll see a ball up take place. Attacking side of the centre circle for the Lalor side as we see a ball up. Three straight, Reservoir, 2 points, Lalor.
Mavalowski got a hand on it, worked it down to Scuderi. He blazes away to the half-forward line. Cruel bounce for Dennis, went back towards Scuderi. Scuderi comes through for Reservoir, knocks it backwards. Galletti picks it up. Oh, they're combining well to Drew. Great smother, though, from Langbourne. Bounces back out to Scuderi. He knocks it out there, coming through, picking up Williams. Gets nowhere with the handball. They dive in over the top now, Reservoir. Push it out the back between the legs. Dennis is over the top of it for Lalor. And it's at the half-forward line when umpire Woodhead comes in and says, I will throw it up to get play underway. 16-point lead to Reservoir midway through this opening term.
Calais versus won the tap out against Pretty that time. Went back into Mavalowski's direction, but reading it properly there was Taylor, who got a quick kick out towards the wing, outer side. Running on it this time will be O'Brien. He runs, now runs his 10. The pass is on to McGregor. It'll fall, it'll go over the top. There's a chance for Carpenter. Can he run into an open goal? No, Parengi gets back there. He's got the support through his teammate. The handball came over the top there to Hollingsworth. Back to Doherty. They run out of the back line with beautiful handball as they go. There's no one to kick to. They go out wide towards the boundary line. It'll go out of bounds. And we'll see a throw in.
What was good about O'Brien's possession going forward was the work Maker did to get to the contest and lay the shepherd to allow his coach to go through with the football was just terrific stuff. Tracy Morrison's over beside the scoreboard that has Reservoir 3 goals straight, 18 to Lalor's 2 points as she put the ball back into play. Taylor over the top, big swinging arm on that, forces it further afield, 15-20 minutes. Oh, the defence stopped. Kane O'Brien kept going, kept the ball in play, goes to ground with it. He's worked it around 30 metres closer to goal though. Now Lalor, the handball to Hollingsworth, missed its target. Hollingsworth dives in over the top. Reservoir, great result. Got the ball locked in 20 metres out from their goal. Well, it just looked like the defence stopped and Kane O'Brien kept the ball in play and kept going.
Yeah, certainly working overtime, Lalor's defence. Ball up will take place in the forward pocket. Chance this time. Running on it will be, it looks like Parengi. Parengi goes out of, no, it was Wheatley. Wheatley goes out there wide. He was looking out there for Calais, who grabs it. Has to spin in ball with the handball. Found his teammate, who ran out of after the back line. He's looking for Tarzan, but coming over the top there's Briggs. He's got Dennis. Will he go to him? No, he goes long. Up there to James. Oh, it's a terrible kick into the forward line. It bounces over the top of Vanetta's head. He lines up there, and James, another flying shot for goal. Is not working today, and it's only another minor score. 3 straight points, Lalor. 3 points to Reservoir. 3 straight, 18.
Bread and butter stuff during the home and away season, you would think, James and Briggs, but 3 early misses, maybe a few nerves at Lalor at the moment, as Drew to bring the ball back in from full-back. Both with 3 scoring shots on the board. Reservoir have 3 goals. Lalor have 3 behinds, and they spot up Breeding at the half-back. Pretty well unattended. Dale Breeding, well, that's a wobbly old torpedo in the middle of the ground, but it's found its mark. Taylor couldn't hold on to it for Reservoir. Goes to the ground with the football, gets some support from Pretty. Comes back out now, chance for Mavalowski. Feeds the handball into the middle corridor. They dive in over the top of it. Scuderi might have taken a boot around the hand, and will take a free kick just on the defensive side centre circle.
Goes out wide. He's looking there for James, but it's chipped in there. There's Spagula. He grabs the ball, runs his 10, drives it to centre half forward, but Lalor getting back in defence. Oh, they could have raffled it, but they decided to drop the mark. Here's Carpenter. Can he spare out of the pack, which he does? Got out to Moody. Moody went out to his teammate in Taylor. Taylor goes bang up towards the goal, and it bounces, and hits the woodwork on the left-hand side, and it'll be a minor score. 3-1-19 Reservoir. 3 straight points. 3 is Lalor.
18-minute mark of the opening term, and that was an open goal that ball was bouncing into. Don't have to be dead to be stiff, as Lalor to bring the ball out from fullback. Straight up the middle of the ground. Oh, it's a wobbly old kick. Comes up short, diving at it. Scotty Ryan couldn't hold on to it. Maker in support couldn't pick it up. Socket out there by Taylor. Cross that half-forward line. Breeding throws his body on the line. Tarzan picks up. Shoots the handball out to the half-back line. They stand still with it, Lalor, looking for runners coming inboard. Mavalowski had it, lost it. Scuderi picks up. He loses it off to Tarzan. And now the pressure from Reservoir. Moody comes up with it. Half-forward, looking for Noble. Chopped off by Hollingsworth. He wants to play on for Lalor. Feeds it out wide to Doherty.
Doherty goes over the top because he's got Dennis, who's a little bit of a speedster. So he decides to take him on as a bounce. He spins the ball, in ball with the handball, back to Hollingsworth, back to Dennis as he kicks up there towards the half-forward line. Just a little bit on it, too much there for Hayden Langbourne. Coming through there's Badrick. Has to push it out because he's been tackled. Spagula comes in there. Got a quick kick up and under. It's only going to fall into Khalir's hands. And he's not 10, but at the umpire's paid it. So Khalir stands, delivers up to James. James has to use his arm and push him out and was taking an easy chest mark.
Good work from James on that occasion. Anetta just stayed off him by a yard or two, ready to come in and spring. And as he took off from the ground, James put the big hand out and just pushed him off the contest again. This one surely cannot miss. Aaron James, 5 metres out on a 45-degree angle, has steered through Lalor's opening goal. Eventually they get one, and the Lalor Football Club go on to 1 goal 3-9, trailing the Reservoir, who are 3 goals 1-19.
Okay. McPherson puts it straight down the middle. Mavlowski up high with a big spring. Socket off the ground there by, that was Maker. And goes up towards the McGregor. McGregor tries to push it out there. Parangi's there. He's got support there by what looked like Wheatley. And that was Bronson Wheatley. And it'll go out of bounds and we'll see a throw-in take place. 3-1-19 Reservoir. 1-3-9 Lalor. 10 points in it for the Reservoir side late in this first term.
Yep, we're into time on first term, and how good the work from Taylor just to get the ball moving forward, get it into that half forward area and start to apply the pressure on the defence. Morrison puts the ball back into play. Scotty Ryan to do the ruck work. He looked like he was going to contest with me. Oh, that's brilliant work down to Breeding. Breeding kicks it around the corner, top of the square. McGregor caught out behind. Doherty takes the mark right on the top of the square in defence for Lalor. Has a look out to the far side. Looking for the option. Tarzan drifts across. Khalil comes back in towards centre half back. Holds on to it for a long time. Now releases the ball up to half forward. Khalil come out and sport his teammate Mavlowski. It's a chance for Reservoir. They pick up the ball, feed it out to Noble. Noble throws it onto the boot, but Mavlowski put his body over the football. Loose ball now at the half forward line. Coming through, Bronson Wheatley put the shepherd on. Allowed his teammate to pick up the ball. They can't get clean possession. Prangi knocked back to Bronson Wheatley. Dragged off the kick. Still at the forward 50 here for Reservoir. They get clean possession. Moody feeds a handball off. Turned it over though, and Lalor clear the ball back towards centre wing.
The ball was punched down the ground there by Khalir. Ball spills out. Now chance for Reservoir. They push it out wide. Here's Taylor. Has been in the thick of it early in this first term. Up and under kick to the half forward line. Pretty tries to tap it on there, but it's a safe hands and a safe mark taken there. Looks like Marshall. Marshall goes long up to the wing position. He's looking out there that time for a teammate, but can't control it, which was Briggs. The Reservoir go back into attack. Moody does a bit of clown stuff because it bounced off his head, but it's still at centre half forward. No one can get a pick up, so coming through there's Scuderi. He picks it up. He's looking out there for Dennis, and we'll find Dennis on the half back line.
Bit of clown stuff.
Yep. We'll see it bounce off his head.
Half back. They work it up to Langboard. Oh, he has dropped it straight in the breadbasket. Went in and out, Gavin Langboard. Good enough to recover up towards Badrick. He goes over the top of Carney. Carney's got the run of it. Grindle hot on his heels. Galletti there in support. Tackled high by Badrick. And Galletti will take the free kick at half-back. Carney not happy with it, but he can't see where his teammate come in over the top. And certainly a free kick there to the Reservoir defender. At half-back, has a look forward. Mickey Noble wants it out on the wing wide. He's looking towards in the middle, but decides he'll go towards Noble. Noble sets himself. Tarzan behind, works his way to the side, knocked it brilliantly forward. Spagadura couldn't get run of it. Second opportunity in there for him. Marshall dives in over the top. Good contest from the two players there, opposing sides. Breeding locks it in. And on centre wing, in front of the timekeepers here, umpire McPherson will throw the ball up. 3-1-19 Reservoir, 1-3-9 Lalor.
Throw up will take place, centre wing. Ryan to do the ruck work. Uncontested that time was Sealy. Didn't really get a clear punch. On the bottom there's Marshall. Tries to punch it forward. Now they work it out through Sealy. Handball was astray. Tries to butter up. So Briggs comes in there, stands, delivers. It's it'll be Badrick who'll get under this. But Grindle over the top of him that time. And he's not happy about it, Badrick. But the free kick was there. You've got the free kick. Go back and have the kick.
Exactly.
As he gets up and picks his nose up off the ground.
Badrick did well.
He done.
Held his body in front. Grindle with the trying to work forward to the ball. Went straight over the top of him. And
They've done this numerous times during the year. Is throw Badrick up there in the forward line.
Well, he's gone short looking for James in the forward pocket. The kick was poor one. Well, Grindle put his feet there just to hold the ball steady. James hasn't got it in the end. Claiming for the free kick for being kicked in the fingers. Nothing coming from the umpire. And the ball will be thrown in 30 metres around from the Lalor goal. 24-minute mark. 10-point lead to Reservoir.
Throw in. About to happen. As we see, doing the ruck work there, it was Khalil, got it down. Chance for Grindle to run onto it. Diving on the ball there, the Thomas Marshall doing some heavy work. They got it out to Wheatley. This was Clint Wheatley. Goes long. He's looking up there for James. He caught behind, but the ball actually fell in his arms. Had to get the handball inboard. He's looking for his Gavin Langbourne. A socket off the ground there by Gavin Langbourne. That's better by the Lalor boys as they kick their second goal. 2-3 will take them on to 15 points. They trail a Reservoir 3-1-19.
With the footy. Now, Scotty Ryan's moved into the ruck, has he, or Taylor? They're both tall men are in there. Ryan's going to do the ruck work. Held his feet at the ground level, got it down to Edwards. Edwards spins around the corner, works it forward. Pretty comes out to meet it. Oh, strong hands. Went over the top of Moody and Hollinsworth. Pretty was next in line, put the arms out, and it stuck. And you can't get any better than direct football out of the centre going forward. Shortest distance to goal, straight down the middle of the ground. Pretty coming forward from the goal square. Up to centre half forward has the footy. Hollingsworth stands the mark. Pretty will be looking for plenty of distance. Kicks from 50, ball on the way, looks to just forced it across to the left with the natural action of the right footer. And a minor scored to Reservoir. 3 goals, 2-20 Reservoir. 2 goals, 3-15 is Lalor. 26 minutes of the opening term. It's a tight one early here at the Whittlesea Showgrounds.
Okay, this is Doherty. Doherty goes straight up the middle of the ground. He's looking up there that time for Tarzan. Getting back there was Taylor. Had his hands on it, couldn't control it. It gets punched out wide. It'll be Bronson Wheatley. No, it'll be Maker that got it up there to Scotty Ryan. Scotty Ryan goes long, but out a little bit too wide, and it'll go out of bounds and on the full. And the free kick will be taken by, looks like, Badrick.
Need to hang on here, Reservoir. Close to quarter time. Got their nose in front by 4 points. We work out ball. Lalor up towards centre wing in front. Can't hold on to the two Blues. At ground level, pack forms quickly. And umpire Woodhead will get across and throw that ball up. Been an entertaining first quarter. The ball's moved quickly end to end. Reservoir with the edge at the moment. Centre wing far side, ball thrown up. Mavalowski over the top, or was it clear? Quick kick, Langbourne, clever little tap backwards, found Marshall. Marshall's feeds the handball forward, didn't find its mark. Clear, whoa, over the shoulder handball, found Seeley. He put it on there to Langbourne. Langbourne at the 50, puts it out in front, and James, 5 metres clear of Anetta. Anetta again setting himself for the high jump over the top. James gives it to Dennis in the goal square. Oh, they've made a meal of it here. Lalor got to fight hard. Dennis gets around one, the boomerang kick. Well, they've recovered. They've recovered with a goal to Dennis, but they made hard work of it. James wasn't maybe confident with the kick after missing a couple of early ones. Lalor go to 3 goals, 3-21, leading Reservoir 3 goals to 20. Umpire McPherson has the ball in the centre, ready to put us back underway. Good the bounce favours Seeley, puts it down towards centre half forward, but cut off by Drew from Reservoir. He gets a quick ball down the half forward line. Pretty goes shoulder to shoulder with Tarzan. Tarzan brings the ball down the ground, but Breeding there to rove it. That's centre half forward, just can't pick it up cleanly. He keeps following that ball across that half forward line. Lalor in numbers, get around him. No opportunity to come out with a football, Dale Breeding. And umpire McPherson will come and throw it up. How's the call, mate, all right? Don't they know what you do on weekends?
They obviously don't, do they?
Get on 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. You can hear him all afternoon.
Okay, the ball's thrown up. Here's Seeley. Got a big punch down towards the middle of the ground. Who's going to run on it? Well, that was Hayden Langbourne. Dived into his opponent, but no free kick. As Seeley picks it up there, clear as you like. As he kicked it down to the half-forward line, it's out wide. Scuderi will run on it. Oh, it's an uncruel bounce, but he times it well. Picks it up there, lost possession, and coming over the top there, looked like Grindle. And that opened up a few players. As we see the ball will be thrown in as the players worry about the ball as Scotty Ryan got it down. This could be a good, costly goal here for Lalor as they work the ball out. Here's Carpenter. It was Edwards. Got it over to Breeding. Breeding got it out one-on-one. Over the back will be McGregor. Plays on. Puts it through. And as the siren goes here for quarter time, we've got a ball game on our hands as Reservoir kick a goal right on the siren. They go to 4 goals, 2 will take them on at 26 points. That might have been the Legends Day, was it, Steve?
Father Sunday. We're back to the middle. All set for second quarter. Umpire Cam McPherson just making sure the last of the tiny tots are off the ground. There's a few at the half-forward line for Reservoir at the moment.
Got the Vic kick up in the corner.
Out there having a kick around and enjoying their day. The sun is out and we've been a little bit blessed with the weather the last 2 days. Supposed to supposedly be nasty, but the games have been played without rain, the 2 main grand finals at this stage, and it looks like it'll hold off for us this afternoon here at Whittlesea. It is Reservoir 4 goals to 26. leading Lalor 3 goals, 3-21, 6 scoring shots each in that opening term. Lalor, well, they're going to the Homes and Crafts Pavilion end in this second term. A little bit further away from goal, but maybe the hint of a breeze behind them as umpire McPherson gets ready to step in and put the ball down to start this second term.
Mavalowski will do battle with Pretty. Oh, it's an unkind bounce. It only favours Taylor, who was standing on the side. Got a little tap out there. He was looking out there. Chance this time for Breedy to pick it up. He picks it up. Quick kick up to centre forward. They come over the top. Hollingsworth there couldn't control it. Trying to pick it up there was Parangi. He couldn't pick it up there. Working back in defence there was Carpenter. He can't get it. And we'll have a ball up. Half forward line for Reservoir. For 2:26 to 3-3-21 Lalor.
Opening minute of the second term. Ball thrown up. Taylor do ruck work against Mavalowski. Mavalowski got it in a Badrick. Tried to feed the handball out to Parangi, was it? But it got cut off there, the 34 Parangi. Changed to short sleeves as he quarter time. Pretty picks up in the middle of the round, goes out wide to Maker. Maker, nice little step around. Got a handball forward to Moody. Has to run onto it. He's got support there from Kane O'Brien coming through. Lalor strongly there. Bronson Wheatley forces the ball out wide. And I think a couple of Lalor boys have dropped into the short sleeves at quarter time, Mark.
Yes,
warm out there, the sun's out.
Obviously not as cold as they thought it would be.
Scotty Ryan starting the second quarter on the bench for Reservoir, maybe going for some shorter options and a bit more run, working into the breeze.
Throw will take place, half forward line, outer side of the ground, Mavalowski in front. Badrick tries to crush his way through, got the handball back there, and a quick kick up to the half forward line, try and look for Briggs. Briggs has to control it in front of him, which he does. Got the handball back, which is ineffective, and it'll go out of bounds, right under the scoreboard, as we see 4-2-26 Reservoir, 3-3-21 Lalor.
It is.
Second term action.
Right in front of the scoreboard. Big crowd of cars up on the left there. Good crowd in for this grand final. As the ball makes its way back in. Badrick's going to come up third man over the top, and Reservoir got a fourth man in over the top of that contest. At ground level, the handball fed out by Langborn, works it forward, but the defence. Drew just slams it on the boot up towards centre wing. Kane O'Brien's got a couple to beat here. Now he gets some support. Oh, O'Brien did it well. Got it up towards Spagadieri, couldn't hold on to it. Coming through there, Maker picks it up, wants a long sweeping handball. Oh, there's Spagadieri now. I don't know who was on the other side. Spagadula.
Oh, no, that's him there.
That's what I'm saying. Come back into the contest, and the umpire's blowing the whistle, and a free kick will go here to Lalor at the half-back line. He puts it over towards centre wing looking for Dennis. Edwards underneath it. Coming through, Gallier picks it up. His handball really just around a corner. Did find Dennis in plenty of trouble. Eventually got rid of it, but turned it over to Pretty. Pretty goes towards half forward. Mickey Noble backs into the pack. Ball at ground level. They need some blokes down under the feet here, Reservoir, but it's all Lalor around the football. Now they work it out. Marshall goes back towards Tarzan. Didn't get to the footy. Marshall on hands and knees, fighting hard. The handball come out from Hayden Langborn. Back out there towards Badrick. He's on his own at half back. Had to break the tackle, get the kick around the corner. Cruel bounce. Come there to McGrath. His kick smothered. Still in the middle of the park here. Edwards working hard underneath the ball. And good contest, both teams. Oh, high tackle on Edwards, but after the whistle, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up slightly forward to the centre, going forward Reservoir. And as you just said, Mark, it is tight at the moment.
Yeah, plenty of numbers around the ball for both sides. Ping on that bloke before, it was DeFleecy.
DeFleecy.
Up the ball goes. Mavalowski got it down. Chance this time for Marshall. Fed the handball over to Hayden Langborn. Will it fall in his hands? He does. He got a quick kick up there to centre forward. Here's Briggs. Feed the handball back. A chance this time. And a quick kick up there was Bronson Wheatley. It wasn't Bronson, it was Clint Wheatley up to James. And James has marked. Deep in the forward pocket, but probably about 25 metres out. And probably a very tough kick from this angle.
Well, it would be a tough kick, and on the strength of the couple that he's missed in the opening turn, he's probably a lay down there to put it in, is he? He's only a few metres in from the boundary line on that far side, 30 metres from goal, ball on the way, across the face, it's not even going to score actually, he's going to sit up in the pack, hands up, off hands and through for a minor score to Lalor, 3 goals, 4, 22, the Lalor Bloods, trailing the Reservoir, 2 Blues, who are 4 goals, 2, 26. Drew will bring the ball back into play from that Home Crafts Pavilion end. Reservoir kicking to the club room end here of the Whittlesea Showgrounds.
Kicks out wide, looking up there for Pretty in front. Punch there by Dennis. It's going to fall in the arms of Badrick. It's on his left foot. Goes in short with a kick and finds Kearney right in the pocket. And Kearney will line up. Kearney will have a shot from here. No worries about that. He won't pass it.
Well, the goal opens up a little bit for him on this side, unlike James, who was on that other side. On the far side, right footer will suit. Probably see him and Breeding's in there ready for Kearney to run wide and close it down, but we'll expect to see him come out a little bit. Adam Carney on his way from the half-forward line. 30 metres from goals, going straight at it. Ball on its way again, pushed across to the right. Goal umpire straightens up, indicates a minor score to Lalor. They're 3 goals, 5-23, trailing Reservoir 3 goals, 2-26. And it will be Drew again. Let's see if they can get the ball clear this time, the two Blues.
Drew just a bit indecisive where he's going to go. He's going to go straight up the middle of the ground. Dangerous kick. Kalir will be in the front of the pack, but standing his ground at times Taylor. And Taylor has certainly played well in the first term as he kicks up towards our forward line. It's punched down the ground. Here's Hollingsworth. He picks it up there. Feeds handball to Badrick. Badrick looking to feed it backwards, which he does to Parangi. Parangi goes out wide. He's looking out there for Briggs. Briggs all held. Williams and the umpire's picked up. Good pick up there by the umpire. And it'll go. The free kick will go back there to Briggs. And it'll be right on the point of the square and just underneath the scoreboard there.
There's Tafisi there, coming back on.
Yeah, no, it was McGrath.
McGrath. From half forward, Briggs puts it out, looking for James, has to stop and wait on it, but he did it so well. 2 on him on that occasion. Aneta and, is it Edwards that's run out with him there? And did it well, James. Read it nicely in there. Steadied at the right time as a change made. Carpenter comes off, Tafisi on. Aaron James, well, he's going to kick from the same position he kicked about 2 minutes ago. Just a few metres in from the boundary line on that far side. What's he done this time? Again, straight across the face of goal. And this one is snuck in for a minor score. 3 goals, 6-24. They're doing it by points. Lalor trailing the Reservoir 4 goals, 2-26. What did I say? 3 goals, 6-24 to 4 goals, 2-26. Drew gets a lead short. Collins and takes a mark in the back pocket.
Collins in the back pocket will go, looks like he's looking out there for Grindle, or the ball's going to swing back there looking for Kalir. Kalir puts his mitt up, nearly falls the arms, but they work the ball back there, McGrath, with a chain of handballs, ends up in Breeding's hands. Kick was smothered. He's Mavolowski, ball just fell on his hand, so he decides to run long. This is going to be a goal. This is going to be a great goal kick there by Mavolowski as the ball fell in his hands, ran his 10 and lined the big sticks up. And it just about puts Lalor in front now. 4 goals, 6 will take him on to 30 points to Reservoir, 4-2-26.
To put the ball back down, Mavolowski doing well in the ruck contest. The ball's going to favour him off the bounce too, but coming over the top pretty, forces it forward for Reservoir. Hard off the half-back line. Was it Tarzan that come into the contest? Feeds it out. Marshall couldn't pick it up. That's a quick soccer forward from Reservoir. Lalor went straight in the arms of Drew. He gets towards half-forward. Moody has to work hard on Parengi. Gets away from him. No, Parengi, good effort. Applies a tackle. Breeding though. The ball bounces up into his arms. In front, Doherty goes to ground. McGregor keeps him at ground level. Can he get up and clear the ball? Oh, he's half thrown it out to his teammate there. And Tafisi. McGregor looks back for the umpire, but Lalor clearing it out to the half-back line. Taylor goes to ground over the line, 20 metres from the Reservoir goal. We'll have it thrown in.
McGregor was definitely looking for his leg, being legged.
He was looking for the free kick. Didn't come, but they have worked it up to their goal line.
Throw will take place in front. Noble. No one really got the decisive, or Moody just rides Badrick into the ground, and the free kick will come back to Badrick.
If that was a swimming pool, that was a dive from Badrick.
Badrick goes out, the Tarzan, still on half-back. He'll go over the top there to Langbourne. Oh, it's a bit much on it, but Langbourne running back and plays on. Runs through 3 of them, through Reservoir players. He delivers it up to the half-forward line. Kearney from behind. 1-2, couldn't get the third bite. Does well at ground level to get it out to Kalir. Kalir tries to crash his way through. Got the handball back to Kearney. Kearney goes over the top to Skaneri. And Skaneri with a rush kick is wide. And wide it is. It'll be out of bounds on the full. And the free kick will be taken by Maker. He's died out of the game, Maker, hasn't he? I'll throw him in the middle. In this second quarter, a little bit out of the play. All the wingers seem to have held their same side of the ground. Dennis and Spaghelia are on this side, and Maker was on the far side. So he's going to go across the face of goal. It's going to come up short too. He needs to have sure hands here. Grindle picked it up, but he's handballed it to no one. Quick handball up there was from Hayden Langbourne to Gavin Langbourne. That is fundamental error from Reservoir, and a goal to Lalor from Gavin Langbourne. He's second. Lalor go to 5-6-30. 5-6-36, leading Reservoir 4-2-26. Now 36-26 in favour of Lalor. They're 10 points up as it's one down there by Mavolowski. Went in the arms of Marshall. Marshall got it out to Langbourne, which is Gavin Langbourne. He got it over to his teammate who sends it forward. And be caught behind that time was James. James good enough to get around two opponents. Feed down ball back there, and that's Hayden Langbourne this time. Runs into an open goal, and they've got two on the trot now, Lalor. They've skipped away to a 16-point lead in this second term as they go on a 6-6. It'll be 42 points to Reservoir 4-2-26.
The ball down. This bounce going to favour Taylor. Has to stop and wait for it. Badrick went up against him. Marshall knocked it forward, went straight to Drew while he was dragged off the kick by Gavin Langbourne. Mavalowski picks it up, bombs it long. James comes out from the square, Grindle over the top. James got it to his hands, couldn't hold on to it. Back there to mop up Anetta. Handball's wide off the Lalor forwards' hands down there in Scuderi and over the boundary line, thrown in 15 metres from the Lalor goal. They are 6-6-42, leading Reservoir 4-2-26.
Throw will take place in the forward pocket. We wait on it. Now it's James versus Pretty, doing a lot of pushing and shoving. James grabs it, tries to get the kick, but it's smothered off the boot. Chance for Marshall, fed down ball back there to Parangi. He's drifted down, kick smothered. Brinku grabs it, picks it out there to his teammate there. Now that's Brinku out there. I don't know who grabbed it before. And it's a quick kick up to the forward line there by Brinku. Goes up there looking for McGregor. Ball's at ground level. McGregor, flicked it back there. Beautiful that time to his teammate there. Trying to get around there was Noble. Got out to McGregor. He stands. He's under plenty of pressure. He's got to square it up, and O'Brien sitting across. No, it wasn't O'Brien. It was Maker. Maker lines him up, and why wouldn't you stop and have a shot?
Well, he thought he had a bit of space there, and I think he might have even kicked it into an opponent there as it ricocheted off the goal.
That was Williams, I think, kicked it out there.
4-3-27 Reservoir, 6-6-42 is Lalor, 15-point lead. That's 12.5 minutes into the second term, and they're being asked to bring the ball in from fullback. Now, clearing kick out to that far side. Mavalowski out in front, went past him though to Tarzan, and Tarzan's taken the mark at half-back. Has a look forward. Lead comes from Badrick, goes in that general direction. Oh, Netta! Up high. Well, if he could have held on to that, he would have been straight into Channel 9, but it wasn't to be. The kick, they clear it up to the half-forward line. Noble gives it off to McGrath. McGrath out in front of Moody, and wow! I guess he might not have got the mark, but actually the spoil has worked better, I would think, for Reservoir. They have cleared it forward, and Moody is going to line up from directly in front. And the crowd is still sitting here saying, why couldn't he hold on to that? I don't know. I think the best result is the fact that it's gone from one end to the other immediately without Anetta having to stop and take the kick. So McGregor, important kick here, directly in front. Ball on the waist, kicked 25 goals in 3 finals, and he has goal number 2 for the day. An important one from the Reservoir skipper, and they go on to 5 goals, 3, 33 Reservoir, trailing Lalor, who are 6 goals, 6, 42.
Down she goes in the middle once again. Scotty Ryan to do the battle with Mavalowski, who won it out there, and working hard there. Looks like Kane O'Brien will get up off the ground, and we'll have another bounce.
Now, Scotty Ryan went on Pretty come off, and Pretty on the boundary line looking to come straight back on. So maybe a few instructions.
Mavalowski, big punch over the top there, but only found Drew for Reservoir. He kicks up to the half forward. Moody in front of Parangi, and Moody's taking a good mark.
There's a terrific mark from Moody.
Yeah, it was a good mark under pressure.
They don't want to crowd McGregor too early. And Doherty's just been a little bit too strong for McGregor, pushing him off the ball down there.
Yep.
Now they've bottled it up, and look, you can see Lalor drifting back in numbers. So they're going to look for the high mark now. Bomb to the top of the square. Mickey Noble comes out, got the hands to it, could not on. Oh, Brooding, roved it brilliantly. Has he turned it around far enough? That is a magnificent goal from Dale Brooding. Terrific goal. Won't see much better than that. And Reservoir going to 6 goals, 3, 39, trailing Lalor, who are 6-6, 42.
He goes in the middle once again. Kalia's gone in the ruck there, taps over his head. Chance for this time. It was Winter that got it over to Marshall. Marshall goes over there, that time to, looks like Wheatley, which was Clint Wheatley, and it goes right up in the teeth of, is it a mark?
Yes, it is, to James.
They're saying it was touched, but James, the umpire's paid the mark, and right deep in the pocket, James will line up. No, he decides to play on. Or he plays on, spins it around the corner.
And it's going to go back.
Another kick.
Just what I was disappointed with back in the middle contest there is Big Taylor for Reservoir, when he had the opportunity to put the arms around his opponent, tried to ride him with a hip and shoulder and didn't bother Lalor. They just kept the ball moving forward, and the result is it's in Aaron James's hand, leading goal kicker in the competition. Hard up on the boundary line.
Well, his odds would have drifted out, mate. He's kicked 2 from there.
But He's kicked a couple across the face. Now he looks around that left boot as he runs out wide, or the umpire runs back to the centre of the goal line. That's not a good sign for Reservoir because it means he's going to raise two hands and indicate a goal to Lalor. Aaron James kicks one for Lalor. They move to 7-6, 48, leading Reservoir 6-3, 39.
Okay, down she goes in the middle once again. Kalia versus Ryan. Kalia got out there. Taylor had hands on the ball, couldn't get out. Skidiri goes in there, picks up there. Badrick all on his own. He's only got to trap the ball, which he does. Sockers it in front of him now. He's got to bend down to pick it up. He spins out of pack, but he's got to get back on his left foot. Little chip kick over the top there, but it's all Reservoir backing back in defence, and Mako will take the kick.
Yeah, just held up by James. It was good work from the Lalor forward. Now wide, all Breeding's a target. He's got to fight hard to get the ball, and got a free kick in the end. Oh, is it a free kick or a mark? Paid a mark, did he?
Yep.
Yeah, getting a nod from the right just to look after him, but he's certainly pulled back onto the mark, Breeding. Up towards centre wing now. Scotty Ryan, the target. Hollingsworth stands underneath it. Got a fist onto the ball. Coming through, Stevie Marshall fed a very nice handball forward to Seeley. Seeley got it around Collins to the top of the square. Oh, Grindle up early on the top of James. James wants a free kick. Grindle only eyes for the ball. And the umpire says no. It's a minor score as it bounces through. And it will take Lalor on to 7-7, 49, leading Reservoir 6-3, 39. It's been a terrific contest. We're at the 18-minute mark of the second quarter. Clearly the best final of the weekend to date.
Yeah, it's been a good tussle right in the second quarter, but Drew's found the square and he's found the outside of it.
He's over the outside of it as he's kicked the ball according to the umpire, and well, we've seen a mistake there from the ball being brought back in. We saw a goal turnover when Mako went across the face of goals earlier on in the term. So just a couple of very basic errors from the Reservoir Football Club could prove costly in the context of the match, but they are certainly giving a good fight of it at the moment. Clearly the underdogs going into the game.
Just look at the half-forward line. Free kick.
Oh, shepherding in the ruck, is it? What's the decision there? I'm going to look to my right to see if I can get it. Oh, I saw that part, but what was the real decision? Wow, Kane O'Brien's come to the bench for a spell for Reservoir. And what do you think?
Well,
The ruck went up high. Must put the arms on the shoulder of James. James directly in front. Cannot possibly miss it, and hasn't. Goal number 8 to the Lalor Club. They are 8-7, 55 again. They just skip away from Reservoir, 6-3, 39. McPherson puts it down. Kalia in the ruck work. Ryan over the top, but Kalia got a hand on it. Breeding knocked it back to Ryan. His kick goes sideways out towards the wing. Dennis will be first there. Picks it up for Lalor. Takes a quick bounce, looking for his left boot. Centering kick. Out in front, James gets to the ball, has it knocked away. Collins at ground level, feeds a handball to no one in particular, looking for the boundary line. Aneta steps out of play. Well, it would appear that he did stop because he had stepped over the line. I can't see the line from here. Long way away, the boundary umpire.
Yep.
Very glum there, Lucky. We don't know. You don't know. No one knows. Aneta knows. He stopped.
He didn't say anything, everyone else.
Throwing will take place. Forward pocket, doing the ruck work. There's James. Can't get out. Marshall's on the bottom of the pack with Collins for Reservoir. As we see a ball up take place. 55 to 39 in favour of Lalor. Throw up will take place once again. James. Big knock there that time. Looked like it was Grindle. Ball spills out. Chance for Seeley. Handball inboard to Parengi, put him under plenty of pressure, so Seeley's got to go and give him a chop out. Pick up there by Taylor for Reservoir. Got the quick kick up to the wing position. Running into the ball now will be Parengi and Moody, and it'll go out of bounds right in front of us here as we see the score 6-3, 39 Reservoir, Lalor 8-7, 55. We're closing down on the end of the second term.
Yes, we are at 21 and a half minutes into the second term. And Morrison in front of us here puts the ball back into play. Scotty Ryan works forward, got double hand on it down to Breeding. Breeding in plenty of trouble. Skidiri, Holland Marshall there as well. And he's wrapped up in the tackle, umpire McPherson. In there quickly. Taps, who's he tapping on the back there? Skidiri. As he takes the ball off him, we'll throw it back up. Ryan and Gallier, shoulder to shoulder. Gallier got a big hand on it, forces it forward. Collins is going to run onto it, bounced up nicely into his arms. Quick kick looking for Pretty, pushes off Tarzan and takes the mark. 45 out directly in front. McGregor on the lead, puts it out in front. Oh, it's slipping in there. High tackle on Wheatley, is it?
Yep.
Bronson Wheatley,
Bronson.
who slipped in front of McGregor there. and will come up with a free kick across half-back for Lalor, and he's certainly in no rush, Bronson Wheatley. So he goes back and will relieve the pressure for Lalor.
Goes out wide. He's looking out there for Parangi. Ball spills out. Goes in the hands that time of Clint Wheatley, who goes down the half-forward line looking for Briggs. He's caught behind, but he does well to get in front. And now he throws the ball out that time, and a quick kick there by Sealy was ineffective. Only found Anetta. Anetta tries to put his head down and barge through the pack and end up in Williams' hands. He goes out wide because he's got a player on the outside, which is Maker. He goes up to the half-forward line. Leading in the race to the ball, that time was Moody. He has to swing the handball back in towards centre forward. The handball came back out from number 38, which was Taylor, out to Parangi, and his kick was high and wide, and the kick will go back there to Maker.
Maker down the boundary line to Carpenter. Carpenter just outside the 50 now. Taylor's drifted down as a tall option. He's seen him, puts it long. Marshall in front of Taylor. Taylor come from behind. Marshall read it better than most. Took the marker, hit the ground, kept running. Puts it back out to that far wing. He might be a little bit wide too. Off hands, is it? No, it's out of bounds on the full. Again, the boundary umpire long way away from that. Not too much of a protest from the Lalor crowd on that side. And Sean Maker will come up with the free kick for Reservoir, put them deep into attack. 6:3:39 Reservoir, 8:7:55 Lalor, 23, nearly 24-minute mark of the second term. Reservoir looking for a late goal to close it up, coming in towards half-time.
Big pack of players go to punch. Tarzan's there, got it out, threw it out the back there. That time to Langbourne, which was Gavin Langbourne, and it'll be a throw-in. 35 around from Reservoir's goal. Approaching half-time. Throwing will take place. Kalir will have a go at Taylor. Kalir in front that time. Got a big tap down towards half back line. Chance this time for Moody to work his way to the front of the pack. Skidiri's in there. No one can get it out. And we'll see a ball up take place right on the half forward line for Reservoir. They need a goal in this quarter to finish off.
Good to see both teams throwing them bodies at the football. At the 50-metre line, Reservoir in attack, kicking to the club room end here at Whittlesea. Up high, Taylor got a hand onto it. Ground level though, no clean possession. Big pack just following the ball on the ground. Reservoir worked at 10 metres closer to their goal. And McPherson will get in there and throw the ball up again. Last off the ground, looks like Breeding. Gets up, leaves the footy behind. Eventually the umpire gets it in his hands. He'll just throw it straight back up. 40 metres out from the Reservoir goal. Clear to do the ruck work, got a big fist on it, worked out towards the boundary line. Wheatley watches it out there, and over the line it goes. We'll have a throw in. No, the umpire's picked out a decision, and it will go to Reservoir. Yeah, emergency umpire. Well, it's all on the far side, so it's a fair gallop. We haven't seen Darryl Sinclair come back, Mark, since that injury in that first term.
No, he's...
And the Lalor bench looks a little thin there at the moment. Play on, they do. Maker has to work hard to get at the half-forward line. All the umpire said he juggled enough of it. No, it was too high, was it? Takes a free kick at half-forward. Again, what will they do here? McGregor comes out. Doherty hold on his heels. Maker's just going to go long and low. Pretty over the back. Moody at ground level coming through. Reservoir with the football. Squeeze the handball out. McGrath comes through. He can't get a clean possession. Tough in there in the clinches. The arms. The ball comes off the arms of the Lalor defence. The umpire already blown the whistle, and he'll throw it up 30 metres out from Reservoir's goal.
Throw up will take place. Khalib, another big punch down. Found Gavin Langbourne. Got over to Hayden Langbourne. He just tried to ride the bump, but he got lost his footing, and he's at centre half back, and we'll see a ball up take place. And, geez, they're still pretty willing at the ball.
That's good to see. 26-minute mark, and it's 55-39 Lalor in front of Reservoir.
Okay, Kalir with a tap out again. Try to find Badrick. Now it's worked out there by Moody. Chance this time, and that was Doherty. No, it was Hollingsworth with a big kick out there to the wing position. Found Briggs. Briggs on the run now, which you don't see very often. He goes long, and he's kicked out wide. It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see a throw-in take place. No, it won't be a throw-in. It'll be a free kick, and it's go to Drew.
At half-back, over near the scoreboard, 6:3:39 Reservoir, 8:7:55. Lalor goes short, finds Scotty Ryan.
Look at Grindle sitting on the wing.
Grindle's pretty free at the moment, but they're going to come across that half-back line to, who's that one back there? Handball over the top. They find Williams. Williams going to come wide to Grindle. Oh, he's got to make sure he gets this. He's going to be under pressure. Grindle, good mark. Great contest against Dennis. Grindle takes a mark at half-back, wants to step around, has to throw it on the left boot. Oh, that's poor play now. They've broken that one down. Breeding comes over the top, brings the ball to ground. McGrath puts his body in. Breeding squeezes a kick out towards the boundary line. Coming across here, and Netta gathered it brilliantly. Just stays in the field of play, breaks 2 tackles, gets a boot on the ball, works it forward. Pretty against Tarzan at the back. Carpenter needs to control it, looking for his left boot, gets around nicely. Budrick got the hands up, smothered it. McGregor comes out, he couldn't trap the ball. Tarzan gets it back to Badrick. Badrick, high tackle, wow. It was a high tackle against Patrick, I would have thought, but the kick will go to Lalor at the half-back line down the ground.
Wasn't it a zone man?
Well, Edwards jumped into him on the turn, and Badrick put his arms over his shoulder. But we've all see it differently. That's the beauty of the game.
Dennis goes long, half forward. Sealy had to come over the top of the punch. Into Briggs' hand once again. He's tackled under plenty of pressure. Said he threw the ball out, and the free kick's going to go back there to Breeding. Breeding cross half back. Collins, sorry. Collins goes long up the wing position, but it's all Lalor. But Pretty nearly makes a mark out of that. The chain of handballs end up in Hollingsworth's hand. He goes out wide. He's got James, who's found a bit of space. Now he's got to do the hard work. Both players go at James. They put him off the ball, but coming through there, Sealy got it over to Briggs. Briggs has to go on his left foot, and he's found Gavin Langbourne.
He was off, and if he's not off,
he was off,
not off, Edwards has just gone through the mark. So 25 or play on. What do you want? Langbourne given the direction. Rounding up the wagons with this twirling hand. 29-minute mark of the second term. A 16-point lead to Lalor. Can he stretch that out to 22? Coming up to half-time. Scotty Ryan on the mark, asking for a play to pick up Briggs in case the handball goes sideways. Langbourne wants to play on, gets around one, feeds the handball off, puts his teammate under pressure. Now they've spilt the ball here. They're going backwards, Lalor. Marshall back to Badrick there in the middle of the ground. Badrick tried to push off a netter. Gets a quick kick around the corner. Briggs punched it further afield, bounced off Skadiri's chest. Skadiri goes hard after it. The defence, Reservoir dived over it. Brilliant play from the two Blues. Off the full back line. That's terrific stuff. Worked the ball out. Well, Scotty Ryan might have been taken down behind. Dennis there. Pretty dives over it. Pretty couldn't get the handball away. Picked up by Tarzan. He gets a handball forward. Coming through. Carney still in there, pushing him off the ball. Hollingsworth. Oh, he's put down after he kicked it. Coming over the top. Langbourne. Wow. Deary me, we might as well just stop and start all over from the same spot. Langbourne in the same position with the football where we were a minute ago. We've wasted time and energy to get back to here.
Yeah, it was a series of comedy capers there, wasn't it?
Almost a 30-minute mark. It is 30 minutes now. 55 plays, 39, 16-point lead to Lalor. Can they push it out to 22 coming up to half-time? Ball on the way. Oh, it looks pretty good. It's just going to sneak in. And if he probably should have done that first time. Gavin Langbourne has kicked a goal for Lalor. They move on to 9 goals, 7, 61, leading Reservoir 6-3, 39.
Yeah, certainly worrying times now for Reservoir.
Only 3 goals on the scoreboard, but they'd like the next one, I would feel.
Down in the middle she goes once again. Khalid got it out. Chance to run on it there was Hayden Langbourne. He pushes it out, trying to work their way out. Way with the ball out now is Sealy with a wide kick that's going to go out in the full. Certainly. Wide and long. They've got to go a bit more direct in that, Lalor. As the kick's going to come back and it's going to go back to Grindle.
He's at the half-back line for Reservoir. 9-7-61 Lalor. 6-3-39 is Reservoir on the half-time siren. So they certainly didn't need to give up that last goal. And that will be half-time. Lalor, 9 goals, 7-61. Reservoir. Kuchma, Mel Cooper, also been in there with some assistance through the finals. Nigel Sandholmes also helped us out from the Greensborough Football Club. And apologies to anyone who I've left out. Peter Floyd also deserves a mention, I guess, doesn't he, Mark? He's the boss.
Yeah, he always deserves a mention.
That's it. They're all done.
Depends who we're talking to when we speak his name.
Third quarter about to start. As soon as the ball hits the ground here from umpire Woodhead. I take it we're rolling. Of course we are. steps forward, bang, down it goes now. The stopwatches start. Mavalowski over the top, got the first tap on the ball, worked it forward. Now the handball back to Tarzan, who's moved up to centre half back. Handball out wide. Now the quick kick into the attacking 50. Briggs sits underneath it. It's too long for him. Williams had it, lost it. Second chance for Williams. Can't control the ball. Squeezed the handball out there looking for Scuderia. Couldn't take the ball. Oh, Dennis is held on by the leg. Come back with a handball towards Marshall. Marshall brought the ball down the ground. Badrick picked it up. Handball to no one in particular. Coming through solidly meant there. Good contest at the ball. Edwards in there. Come out to Taylor for Reservoir. Round the corner. Long kick to centre half forward. Moody running back with the flight of the ball. Parangi holding on to him. Also in there is Carpenter goes to ground. Moody picks it up. Parangi taken out of the contest. Moody at centre half forward. Doesn't know what to do with the football. Kicks it around the corner into the top of the square. The defence brings the ball down the ground. Running out towards the boundary line. Still a loose ball. Reservoir first to get across there. In the arms of Defeasy. Half threw it up towards O'Brien. Coming through. Ball with Reservoir Spaguduri. Loses it. Kane O'Brien in there. Tough stuff. The umpire will come and throw it up. It's at the point of the square. The Lalor defence have run it back out towards the wing.
Yeah, certainly Moody just indecisive on what to do with the ball then. May cost him a little bit. The ball was thrown up there. Quick kick out of the pack there by Giletti, but only went as far as the Lalor defence. Picked up there by Hollingsworth. He drives it back to the towards the wing position. Badrick had it clean bowled him. It went through him. Working hard under the pack there. Looks like it's pretty. And it'll go out of bounds and we'll see a throw in.
Anetta, Ryan and McGrath on the bench for Reservoir. And looking across the Lalor, a couple of players there. I understand Daryl Sinclair's gone off for some medical treatment with that arm or elbow that he damaged in the first quarter mark.
Yes, it looked pretty painful.
Ball comes in, did well on the ruck work. Taylor couldn't take clean possession of the ball. Pretty in there for assistance, gets a quick kick forward. Hollingsworth has to double back onto it, or Carpenter come out to meet it. Couldn't control the ball. Tarzcon puts it over the top. Marshall takes the ball now for Lalor on centre wing. Little inboard kick, good vision. Finds Gavin Langbourne, who's drifted down, taking the mark in front of Collins.
He's on centre wing, right on the wing position as he goes long. Badrick's back with the flight of the ball. Got 1, 2, couldn't get the third. Was sharked away there by Hayden Langbourne. Socket off the ground by Scuderi. Finds Kalia. Kalia just pops it over the top. He's looking for Briggs. And he finds Briggsy right in the pocket. And he will line up for goal. And probably an important kick, especially after half time. It'll just give him that little bit of more advantage. At the moment, they are, 22 points in front, and it's going to skip it out to 28 if the kick is successful.
Well, certainly Reservoir would have looked for the opening goal of the term just to bridge that gap back down, but the opportunity is with Lalor. And just sense, Mark, if they get this one, the momentum could be going with the Lalor club. As Briggs steers it through, he raises the hands himself. The ball goes over the Reservoir supporters, and it is a goal to the Lalor Football Club. They move on to 10 goals, 67 Lalor over Reservoir, 6 goals, 3, 39.
And very important goal. Yeah, big forward line, haven't they? They've got Briggs, Kalia and James. 3 tall blokes in second division, Diamond Valley. As the ball's put down the middle, it'll be Pretty versus Mavalowski. And Mavalowski's got a bit of spring in his step as he punched it down towards their goal. Chance for running onto the ball now is Williams for Reservoir from the half back line. He drives it back to the half forward line. Moody in front, couldn't get it on the second bite. Does well at ground level, but coming through very heavily was Tarzan. He's threw it out there that time, and Lalor away. They get it down to the half forward line, and on the chest there is Briggs. He's out in front of the crowd, the Lalor crowd, as he lines them up and puts it high in the air. One-on-one is James. Well, he had his arm held, and the ball was pushed out wide. Chance for Drew, who got a kick along the boundary line, and it'll go out of bounds, and we'll see a throw-in take place.
35-40 metres around from the goal that Lalor are taking in the third term. It is at the clubroom end of the Whittlesea Showgrounds. And Reservoir kicking to the Homecrafts Pavilion end as the ball makes its way back into play. Pretty to do the ruck work. Oh, he's a long way out of position. Galea took it out of the ruck contest on the full, then fed the handball out to Briggs. Briggs lines up from 45 out. Long shot on goal. He's kicked the last 2. And now Lalor starting to assert their authority on the match. 11 goals, 7, 73 Lalor, 6-3. 39 is the Reservoir Football Club. 4 minutes, third term.
Down in the middle she goes once again, Pretty versus Mavalowski, and Mavalowski starting to jump a little bit high now as Lalor start to flex their muscles as they push the ball out there wide. Running on it this time will be Maker. Gets around his opponent, he'll swing onto his left foot and he'll drive this down to the forward line on the lead there. And getting under the ball that time was Carpenter, but the ball spills out wide. quick kick up forward. And who was it?
Breeding.
It was Breeding, and he has kicked another remarkable goal for the day. And this is still kept Reservoir alive. 7 goals, 3, take them on with 45 points to 11-7-73.
No, and Breeding's back on the ball, and a few question marks asked over why he wasn't on the ball in that second term. Mavaloski high again over the top, or off the side of the boot, goes backwards for Reservoir. The umpire was quick to call no distance in that. Drew took the mark, but not paid. There's Gadiri, handball over the top to Breeding. Breeding, nice little step around. Handball to Kane O'Brien. He's at the 50. Good look at the goal. Ball on the way. It's a terrific long kick from the coach. Kane O'Brien puts it through for Reservoir. There is life in them as they move on to 8 goals, 3, 51. Trailing Lalor, who 11 goals, 7, 73. Almost 7 minutes, third term.
We'll get it right by the end of the year. Down she goes in the middle. Mavaloski, big tip out of the centre. Found Badrick. Badrick got the handball forward, but it was ineffective. Only found Spagula. He got it back to Derek. Derek with a little kick out of the pack there, but it's got plenty of distance on as it moves up the half-forward line. Running on will be Pretty. He pushes it out wide. Maker overran the ball. And it stacks on the mill there across half-forward. Both sides appealing for free kick as the umpire lets things go. Now he decides to come and ball up. And we'll see a ball up.
Now, mate, I know we sometimes get the name wrong. That can't be helped, but you're inventing names now. Derek.
True, I mean, true.
Quick goes forward. McGregor caught out behind. Doherty in front. Has support at ground level. They come up with the football now, Lalor. Good handball over the top to Hollingsworth. Got a bit of space off the half-back line. Kick now towards Skadiri. He's caught out behind. Used his body well. Just a nice little nudge there on his opponent in Brinque. It's going to be a Galea high kick forward, sitting underneath it. Collins waiting for it. Takes a good mark on the half-back line. Then a short one over the top towards Taylor, being one of Reservoir's better players.
Goes long with a drop punt down there. Moody will run into the ball there. They all leave it. Moody traps it. Now has to stand. He'll get offload as he kicks the ball. It's up and under McGregor, and Pretty had his hands to the ball there, got punched to the ground. Now they come in there. That was Wheatley. Bronson Wheatley got a kicking out of the wing position, only landing Spagula. Spagula looking for Breeding down forward. He's the danger man. And here's another one. He's McGregor. He's on his left foot. Getting Bendis around. I think he might have. It's straight across the face of goal. And it'll go through for a minor score.
Breeding was there too. Couldn't control the ball. Couldn't trap it. 8 goals, 4, 52 Reservoir, 11-7, 73 Lalor. 21 points of difference. Whistle on play. What was that? No, it was against the trainer or runner, is it? What's going on there, Mark?
Nothing.
It's called time off. There's no time off when it's a behind. Ball kicked out to the centre half back area there. Big pack of players around it, trying to force the football out of the contest. And it's not going to happen for them. As I lean back, look to the umpires to my right and go, what was all that about? They have no idea. And we'll have the ball thrown up at centre half forward for Reservoir.
Big throw up there. No one got it out. Chance kick out of the pack there. That time by Lalor, they go out wide, but it's all Reservoir colours out there as it's picked up there by Williams. He goes in short. He's found O'Brien who'll run on it. He got the handball back to Williams. Williams got to stand, deliver, up and under kick. Hospital pass as they come up. They'll come over the top, which will be Marshall, but Moody taps it down. Here's Maker, danger man, as he goes long into the forward pocket and finds McGregor.
Great diving effort. No, it's off his chest. No, he's
out of bounds, is it?
Well, what's going on there? Did he get the second grab over the line? Did he? Must have. Could have been the only answer there, couldn't it? Only answer. 5 metres around from the goal line at the Homecrafts Pavilion end. Ball on the way back in. Over the top, Moody's taken it out of the air, tackled, and gives up the free kick. Well, he's taken it out of the throw in on the full, quickly tackled, so that's a free kick to Lalor to be taken by Stevie Marshall. Puts it out wide on that half-back line. Badrick comes in from behind, but in front. Good mark taken there. Is that one of the Wheatleys? Bronson Wheatley? Centering kicking towards Gavin Langmore. Briggs, long way forward. Gives off the handball quickly to Milowski. He gets a quick kick forward. Hayden Langborn sits underneath it. Coming hard at him was Grindle. Loose ball picked up by Collins. Into the back of Hayden Langborn, they say. Against Grindle. And Hayden Langborn will take the free kick out. 35 out directly in front. He has a goal on the board kicked in the second quarter. And now the opportunity for Lalor to get a little steadier here and stop the run on of a Reservoir. Hayden Langborn taking plenty of time. Directly in front 21-point lead at the moment to Lalor, looking to push it out to 27. James on the lead, goes in short, and the big man had a clear run at the football. It was a good pass, got the hands above the head, and it stuck. And James will go back and line up. He's also directly in front, so a bit sloppy there, Reservoir, not to fill the hole, Mark.
Yeah, obviously they thought he was going to just go back and have a shot for goal, and actually I've seen him on a couple of occasions through the year. Hayden Langbourne, he's not a selfish player, and he'll pass off and handball off. So this is just
bread and butter, we were going to say, but he's missed. Wow, you were about to say it, weren't you? Bread and butter. And he's pushed it to the left, so another opportunity missed, and don't they give him the Bronx cheer down there. It is a terrific crowd, and congratulations to all those that have come out to support this Division 2 A-grade grand final today. Big crowd in attendance. Unfortunately for Lalor, James
is telling the umpire, you tell him to be quiet.
And the crowd, that's the Reservoir crowd down there. They move on to 74, leading Reservoir 52. The kick comes out wide for Taylor. Oh, he's up before acceptances. Ground level's Kadiri. The kick blocked though, comes up and down. Grindle pushed out of it, looking for a free kick. Well, you've got to play the ball. James behind, pushes into Drew, loose ball. Maker comes through. Collins in support, gives it back to Maker. Maker will always look for his left boot. Nowhere to go.
Downfield.
He is just blazed that down the field. James has put the late tackle on Maker, so it'll be a free kick down the ground, which will suit Reservoir because really he had no one to kick it to. Maker, he was searching for the boundary line. And now that's 25. So free kick down the ground plus 25 now will bring the man on the mark almost right up onto centre wing. And well, you don't know what sparks a little turn in a game, do you? And that's going to be... Well, Maker's actually come forward from the back pocket to take that kick. Doesn't want to give up the stat. They're going to hand it off now to Galletti. He goes wide. Kane O'Brien's on centre wing. Turns around, or he runs into a little bit of trouble. Breaks the tackle. Runs up to half forward. Goes long, looking for McGregor out in front of. It's a loose ball at the front of the pack, though. The win numbers at the footy. Lalor come up with a good handball out wide. The kick comes forward. They stop and wait for it. Hayden Langbourne. Oh, he's lost the run of it. Now Langbourne gives it up. Terrific little turn, but he lost the ball. Skidiri comes through. He loses the ball. Hayden Langbourne. Now he gets another handball up. Good block. Sealy's kick went up and down. Skidiri tackle, throws the ball away.
Great tackle.
Free kick to Breeding. Well, a few errors here on centre wing. Breeding will take the ball, send a Reservoir into attack.
He looks out there in front door. Big push there into the back of Pretty, but not paid as they push the ball out wide. Here's Doherty from the back line. Kick was smothered off the boot. McGregor and Doherty, long way from full forward as diving on it there's McGregor. And there'll be a throw-in to take place. Right under the scoreboard where we see Reservoir 8-4-52, Lalor 11-8-74.
Great contest from McGregor to follow that ball all the way up the forward line there.
Both sides of the ground.
Yep, from the forward pocket right across in front of the scoreboard. 22-point lead to Lalor. Ticked over 14.5 minutes of the third term. There's that ball from the throw-in. He's going to make its way back to the boundary line, almost up on centre wing. And a large contingent of Lalor supporters on that far side of the ground, waiting for the ball to come back into play. Umpire Tracy Morrison with it. We'll get it back into play. The ruck's over there. Molosky is across there. And who's going to jump with him? Going to be Taylor coming in from the side. Badrick trying to block his run. Badrick actually finished up going up in the ruck. Worked down towards Breeding. It's going in... Lalor come up with the football, send it back over centre wing, and that's a good mark on that far side there, wrapped up by Bronson Wheatley. Just forward to centre wing. Briggs, rather.
Briggs goes long into the forward line there, and over the back of the pack there is Gavin Langbourne. And a little quite achiever has kicked 3 goals, and he's trying to set up number 4. And the pass comes out from Gavin Langbourne, hit James, and James will be getting the raspberry from the crowd. And he's already kicked, what's he kicked? 3 goals, 3-4.
And he's hard up against the boundary line. So when you miss them from directly in front, you're more likely to pick these ones up from the boundary line, aren't you? Aaron Jones, leading goal kicker in the competition.
Actually, you'd like him to get it, see what he does to the crowd.
Ball on the way, goal umpire drifts left. Oh, he runs back to the centre, raises 2 hands, goal, and that's exactly... He raised 2 arms, the umpire. The kicker raised 2 fingers, and that's what he did to the crowd. That is goal number 12 for Lalor, 12-8-80 to Reservoirs 8-4-50.
Back in the centre, 80 plays 52, Lalor still flexing their muscles in this third term. Going through there as Badrick tries to elude the tackles. He does. He got it over to Hayden Langbourne. Langbourne goes forward into the hot spot. There is the defence. Williams comes through, but his brother Gavin Langbourne lines him up as he bent it back. I think he might have bent it back.
waiting.
He certainly has. Goal number 4 for the coach of the Lalor side, and they stretch their lead, and they will go on to, that's not 19 goals.
13. 13-8 it should be for Lalor to 8-4. Well, I'll give you the chance to pause, but not going to do it, so it is 13 goals, 8, and we've finally got an error on the scoreboard. As we're back to the centre,
They've been out of threes, mate.
they've done pretty well over the last couple of days. Ball down in the middle, Mavalowski, got a nice tap onto it, worked it back into the middle of the ground. Badrick on hands and knees, trying to feed the handball out. Picked up by Galetti, though, of Reservoir. He couldn't get a clean one away. Scuderi in there for Lalor. Badrick again, got it across to Seeley. High up and under, up to half forward, will be paid a mark. Clear doesn't want to go for the mark. Langborn, clever handball over the top. Hayden Langborn goes to the ground, though. Ball comes free. Williams picks it up for Reservoir. Goes backwards looking for Grindle. Grindle in the back pocket. Stepped around Briggs far too easily. Put the kick out wide to Kane O'Brien. Kane O'Brien at half back. Got no one on him. Plays on from there. Down towards the half forward line. Kicks back in towards the pack in front. There's Curley, and he takes the mark.
Curley goes off with the handball over to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth goes out wide. He's got Briggs on the lead. He's going to drop short. He traps it well. Has to duck back. Up and under kick. Who's he looking for? And it's no Lalor player there. And getting back there is Drew. Drew on the half back line. Just weighing up his options. Now he decides to play on. Got around his opponent and went short. He finds his coach in O'Brien. They're still on half back. They go back towards the just inside the square now, and they've found Pretty. Pretty looking to dish it off with a handball. Decides to go on his left foot. He goes out wide to Spagula over the top of his Scuderi. Actually, he'll pay the mark. He does. Second bite. Scuderi goes long. He's looking for James. Can James mark it? He got pulled down by his opponent. But coming through there's Collins. Collins got it out wide, and they've found a little bit of a leg as Marshall comes through. Couldn't control it. Now a chance this time. They, with a big sweeping handball to the centre of the ground, finds Breeding over to O'Brien. Now they're running through the middle as they go long with a drop punt into deep in the forward line. Getting back there is Johnny Carpenter, and Carpenter's mark half forward.
He is at half forward. 45 from goal is the man on the mark. 45-degree angle, Johnny Carpenter. 86 plays 52. Commanding lead here to Lalor in the vicinity of nearly 6 goals. Carpenter on the left boot, long to the goal line. It's got the length. It's hit the post. Hit the post has Johnny Carpenter, and Reservoir will go on to 8 goals, 5-53 to Lalor's 13-8, 86. Probably hit the post twice now, have they, Mark? Up to this stage?
Yep.
As the ball comes back to Doherty to bring back into play for Lalor. McGregor stands the mark. Doherty has a look at a lot of red jumpers around that centre-half back area. Goes in that general direction, and Tarzan takes the mark. Feeds the hand out, ball out wide. It's a good handball. Pick the runner up off half-back. Short and low up towards centre wing. Lalor controlling the footy. Turn around, looking for James. Has to stop and wait. Gets Grindle out of the contest. The umpire said he was into the back of Grindle, and Grindle will take the free kick. Across half-back for Reservoir to relieve the pressure.
Goes short. He's got Breeding. Breeding at centre half-back. Has one step. Big kick. Looking down there was Edwards. It got the support there from Moody. Moody gets around his opponent. Now goes long, but there's no one home there for Reservoir. And getting back there looks like Wheatley. Bronson Wheatley goes out long with a long handball out to Badrick. Badrick has to chip it over there to Tarzan. They're starting to play around now, Lalor, as the handball came back to Badrick. Badrick stands to Parangi. Got it punched away for him. Ball's at ground level. They try and punch it back there. Now a chance this time for Reservoir through. I'm just trying to pick up.
Aneta.
Who kicked it. Aneta, and the mark is on the goal line there by Doherty.
There was a terrific diving mark from Doherty on the last line of defence. Now he's got a couple of players running loose on the timekeeper's side. One of those is Taylor, and a bit of pressure from Carpenter, but Taylor has taken the mark at the half-back. Short again, and Jeff Arkin using the ball short all of a sudden. They've got it across. Is that Winther on the ground? Yep. He goes to centre half-back. And again, just controlling the ball here, the Lalor. Seeley, short again, looking for Badrick, and too much use of the ball here. Had to wait for it on that occasion. Good enough to get the handball across to Tarzan. Tarzan up to the half-forward line. Bronson Wheatley there's found a bit of space. Brilliantly, the ball has bounced into his path. On the run, lines up, 35 out, 60 degrees. On the run, has kicked goal number 14 for the Lalor Football Club. It is looking ominous now for Reservoir. Lalor 14-8, 92, lead Reservoir 8-5, 53.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to take my break. It was Wheatley
Bronson.
with Cam McPherson. Puts it down to get us underway.
Big knock out of the centre by Kalir this time. Went to centre half forward, working there is Breeding. Kick was smothered. Here's Spagula. Can he get the... He was sharked away there by Scuderi. Scuderi goes long one-on-one. Caught on there was James. Can he do well at ground level? No. There's too many Reservoir players, and Maker comes in to mop up the action as he got out there towards Spagula. He traps it. Now he has to duck back. Little kick might be a bit wide for Breeding. And it certainly is. And it'll bounce just inside the boundary line. It'll be a throw-in to take place. 8-5-53 Reservoir, 14-8-92 Lalor.
22 and a half minutes into the third term. Ball at half forward for Lalor. And is he saying a prayer over that football, is he? May you go long and hard back into the field of play. And it does that. The ruck's over the top. Taylor. Kalir holds it at ground level. Badrick comes up with the loose ball. Feeds it backwards to Marshall. Marshall backwards again to Hollingsworth. He's got Langbourne in the centre, but wants to get the quick kick forward. Briggs in front. Can't hold on to the ball. Luther at ground level. He picks up the ball. Taken away by Gavin Langbourne. Has he found goal number 5 right on the goal line? Big effort from, is it Collins back there? But it is goal number 5 to the coach, Gavin Langbourne. Lalor now with their 15th goal go to 15-8-98, leading Reservoir 8-5-53. Keep going, mate.
Down in the middle again as the score 98-53, and Lalor really flexing their muscles as kicked out there by Bronson Wheatley up to the half forward looking for Briggs. Mavalowski got the handball inboard to Kearney, who's under plenty of pressure. Williams taps it forward towards Maker, but diving on the ball that time, and it'll be a free kick
to Lalor.
Marshall. No, Kearney. Kearney goes out wide to Badrick, and Badrick goes long looking for James. Dropping in the... Oh, James reached over the top of his opponent.
Did.
Plays on with very much arrogance, and he has lost it to another behind.
Well, he doesn't like those set shots, Mark. That's what it is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points from kicks.
4 goals, 5 he's kicked as they move to 15-9-99. Lalor 8-5-53 is Reservoir. Drew at full back to bring the ball back into play. Having a look forward. And he's going to go out wide there. Bricue works out the half-back line and takes the mark safely at the 50-metre line. Having a look forward on that far side. Over the top, Maker, the target, but it falls short. Badrick read it better than all and goes in on his knees. Takes the mark, shows it to Maker, says, here, this is the footy. You want it? I've got it. And arrogance from James and maybe a little bit now from Badrick starting to slip in, Mark. They're feeling confident. They're 7 goals up.
Yeah, they're starting to play with the ball, using their using short kicks and running into space.
Hollingsworth working hard across into space off the half-back line. Bronson Wheatley wants to play on from centre wing. On his left boot, works it forward and in front. Couldn't hold on to it, Reservoir. So the ball goes to ground. Comes a flying handball over the top of the contest. Still at the half-forward line now. Here's an opportunity. Is that Briggs? No, it's Galir. Boot the ball high, wide, mighty, out of bounds on the full. Grindle to take the free kick in the back pocket. It is Lalor 15-9-99. 2 Reservoirs 8-5-53. Almost 26-minute mark of the third term.
Kicks out towards the middle of the ground, and McGregor being pushed up the ground. It falls over the top. Anetta pushed it down forward, trying to look there for Mickey Noble, but obviously the change has been made. Mickey Noble to full forward, lands in the arms of Carpenter. Got around his opponent now. He'll steady up there, and he'll put it well on its way, and it'll travel over the top of the goal umpire's head, and that'll be a goal to Reservoir. 9 goals, 5 will be 53 points. 9 goals, 5 will be 59 points to 15-9. 99, is it?
Clint Wheatley, the number 10, is it?
Yes.
On the far side. And where's Bronson then?
He's in the back pocket.
Thank you very much. Ball down in the centre. And Neto doing the ruck work. Galir, even contest. The ball eluded Kane O'Brien. Marshall come up with it. Fed it out to Clint Wheatley. His kick forward. Mavalowski couldn't hold on to it. Drew, nice off the half-back line. Just got boot the ball. Dribbling kick. Kane O'Brien feeds the handball out. McGrath puts a long one forward. Mickey Noble comes out from the goal square. Over the top of him is Bronson Wheatley. Into the forward flank region towards the boundary line. The ball is over. They're asking for an out on the full decision. The goal umpire, the goal umpire and the boundary umpire said out of bounds, and the field umpire said out of bounds on the full.
as they kick out of the defence. Oh, up high there was Taylor. Couldn't hold the mark. Badrick does well at ground level. He got it over to his teammate who sends it up towards Clint Wheatley, but coming through there looked like it was Briggs. Briggs got it over to Sealy, who goes long. Uncontested will be Kearney. He had to come from the back. Roving it well. There was Hayden Langbourne. Has to spin around, and he puts it out the front of James. Oh, but they do well. Grindle at ground level does really well. Oh, it could have been holding the man, not paid. But here's Brinker. Got the handball, a big handball over to Edwards. Now he's on the run now. Got the Shepherd from Spagula, and Edwards goes out wide. And running in defence there will be Tarzan. Now look out towards the boundary line, and it'll be out of bounds, and we'll see a throw-in take place. As look at Tarzan's telling him, don't worry about that, we've got the game in hand, don't spoil it now.
28 minutes have ticked over into the third term. That's a 40-point lead to Lalor. Reservoir at the half-forward line. Homecrafts Pavilion end of the Whittlesea Showgrounds. Ball on the way back into play. Ball has been blessed. Badrick over the top, couldn't hold on to it. Edwards left it behind, as did Moody. Taylor with his hand in the air, claiming the free kick for Lalor's Badrick, not knocking the ball out. It has come out of the pack. The umpire has blown the whistle. We will throw it up at half forward. Taylor to do the ruck work against Galea. Taylor worked it down. It's taken away by Winter. Quick kick up towards centre wing. Williams come out to meet it. Left it behind. Briggs was good at ground level, but only finds it in the arms of O'Brien. O'Brien to McGrath. McGrath sends it in towards centre half forward. Moody sits underneath it. Has to wait. Good defence. Lalor bring the ball down the ground. Sealy. There Hayden Langford. Couldn't control it.
Oh,
stolen away. Maker feeds it over to Brinku on the siren. The kick will not score, and the three-quarter time scoreboard will see Lalor 15 goals 99, leading the Reservoir 9 goals 5. 8.6 Plenty Valley FM, and we certainly do thank all our listeners for sticking with us throughout the year. Peter Mercado making his way back to the studios of 88.6 Plenty Valley FM to take over at around 5 minutes to 5.
On your Pete.
And we're just going to finish the game there just about around that time. It was just a 30-minute quarter and some presentations. And that will see us out for the year. Returning next year, of course, season 2005, which at this stage will see the Lalor Football Club in First Division. And who's coming back? Hurstbridge, back into Second Division next year.
You've written Reservoir off already.
No, well, it's a big ask, 40 points.
Anything can happen, Toppy.
Here we go. Final quarter, siren sounds. Finger over the stopwatch button. As the ball hits the ground, the final quarter will get underway. Umpire Woodhead with the footy, and down it goes. All watchers stop. The ball going to favour Molosky. Pretty made a good contest of it. Hayden Langboard come hard off the square into the contest. As Taylor on hands and knees for Reservoir. Ball squeezed forward. Williams picks it up, charges straight into Marshall. No opportunity to get rid of the football.
It was Noble, wasn't it?
And the umpire will get across there. It is Mickey Noble coming off the half-back line. Will get across there and throw the ball up. Just in the square area, favouring Lalor at the moment. Mavolosky and Pretty into the ruck contest. There's Williams, got a hand onto it. Galea takes it out of the air. Squeezed the handball out. Floating handball over the top from Briggs, looking for Langbourne. Coming through there, Maker. He dispossessed Langbourne of the ball. Got support from Brinku. Out wide is that Williams.
Yep.
Williams, two quick bounces. Has a look forward and doesn't know where to go with it. Now a third bounce. Needs to get rid of it. Tackled. Will be penalised. Lose the ball. Good tackle there. Who'd you say, Marshall?
That was Kearney, sorry.
Kearney. And he will take the free kick, half forward, far side.
Kearney goes short. Got a player that's ran into position, which is Badrick. Has to get the kick hurriedly. Only found Hayden Langbourne. Got to get his kick, and it goes up and under. Briggs will get under the ball this time. The umpire's found a free kick, and it's going to go the Lalor way, and it's going to go back there to Kalia. Obviously against Noble then.
Yeah, not too sure, Mark, but he's at the 50-metre line or 45.
Hasn't had a good day, Kalia, really.
And Noble's been on and off the ground, hasn't had a big influence on the match either. Tony Galea, former LeBrock medalist from Faulkner Park. Now with the Lalor Football Club, kicks from 51, unloads high along to the near side. He's that much to the near side. He's out of bounds on the full. Free kick in the back pocket to be taken by McGrath for Reservoir.
So just weighing up his options. He's got a player that's running short, and it looks like Mickey Noble. Mickey Noble halfway between back pocket and half back. Scoreboard side of the ground, goes along with a drop punt. He's looking out there for Pretty, up over the top, a big punch down there that time, and found it was from Sealy. Got punched forward again. Here's Williams. Williams goes, the kick was smothered once again, so he has to go to tap on this time. Overrun it there was Edwards. Now they work the ball there, through to Sealy, up into the half-forward line. Here's Gavin Langbourne, already kicked 5, pushed it back there for Kearney. Kearney's going to get around his opponents. Now he does with a handball, back to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth, a wobbly old kick off the boot, only he falls out in the Taylor territory. He has to pick it up there, tuck it under his arm, duck back. Now he goes onto his left foot. Oh, it's an ordinary kick, only finds, looks like Briggs. Briggs just stands, unloads. This will bring the house down as Briggsy does the Briggsy dance, and he is slotted through the first goal of the last term, and they go on their merry way. Lalor 16 goals 9 will take them on to 105 points to Reservoir 9-5-59.
Woodhead goes back underway. Puts the ball down, nice high bounce, going to favour Pretty, got a hand onto it. Mavalowski got up high, breeding at ground level, takes the ball away for Reservoir, forces it forward. It's a loose one in there attacking 50. Taylor gets back there for Lalor, kicks it sideways, searching for the boundary line, and finds it at half back. 105 plays 59. Lalor Football Club well in command now. Early stages of the final term. And, well, I was going to say very difficult to see Reservoir get up. I don't think they will get up at all. It's just a matter of do they hold on or do they let Lalor run over the top of them in this final quarter?
Big punch out of the pack there by Mavalowski. Only found Maker. Maker has to do a wild handball. Didn't hit the target. Marshall scooped it up there to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth, will he go to the top? No, decides to have a short little kick out to Dennis. Dennis has run in from the centre position out of the wing. Feeds a handball into Calais. Calais puts the mid up. Grabs it. Now stands. Delivers. And he delivers as he does a backward somersault. And it is party time for the Lalor Football Club because they go on their merry way once again. 17 goals, 9, 112 points to 9-5, is it? 9-5-59.
And Lalor on 111 points, 7-9, 111 to 9-5-59. Mavalowski got the tap down, but picking it up. Taylor worked well out of the centre, put it out in front of Drew, who's moved to full forward. Couldn't control the ball. McGregor out at half forward now. He had an opportunity, left it behind. Kane O'Brien over the top of it. Lalor defence, where they're well in control, but they're still working hard back there. McGregor squeezed the handball out to Carpenter around the corner. Oh, it's close. He might have squeezed it. No, he hasn't. To the near side and a minus score. 9-6-60 Reservoir, 17-9-111 is Lalor. And what was that about pubs, mate?
Yeah, they'll appreciate that little bit of backward somersault Monday when they're watching the video.
You think they'll
be doing it again.
From fullback, it is Doherty. Long kick out looking for Galea. In front was Maker, got hands onto it. Tapped down, picked up Pretty, sends it back to the top of the square. Doherty a little too strong for Drew. Couldn't hold on to the mark though. Working well to Feasy. Couldn't get hold his couldn't hold on to it, stay on his feet, lost the ball in the forward pocket. The ball's come loose, it's over the boundary line to be thrown in 10 metres from the Reservoir goal. In that forward region for Reservoir, a long way behind, and would need some goals in quick succession here to get the momentum going.
Throwing will take place in front there. Mavalowski got shoved under the ball then, but the tackle came. And a snapshot this time.
He has plucked them today. Breeding. Well, he has plucked another one from the pocket. Dale Breeding kicks his fourth. They go to 10-6-66 Reservoir. 17-9. 111 is Lalor.
Okay, we're back in the centre as they pick up a goal there, Reservoir. Mavalowski to do battle with Taylor, who's done a pretty good job in the ruck there. It's tapped out there to Marshall goes out there, looking out there for Clint Wheatley, but it's a little bit too wide, and it'll go out there under the scoreboard where we see 10-6, 10-8, 10-6, is it? 10-6. 10-6.
66.
10-6, 66, 17-9, 111.
Sucks to sucks. On that far side, half forward, Lalor into attack. Scotty Ryan on the ground now, and he started at centre half forward, but he's moved down to do the ruck work here with Mavalowski. Ryan got a big round arm onto it, brought it down to ground, quick kick forward, Up to half forward, good defence, Lalor. Bring the ball down the ground at ground level though. It's Defeasy, nice little jig onto his left boot. The kick was smothered, still found its way to Maker. Picks it up at 45. Handball over the top there, the Pretty. Has a look at the goals. Pressure from Hollingsworth was terrific. Was enough to make him want to step in board. And then Hollingsworth had support from... Who's back there, Mark? Sealy, is it? Parengi. And Parengi will clear the ball for Lalor off half back.
Parengi goes out there looking for Badrick. Big punch off the pack there. We'll go out towards the coach's box, and that's the Lalor one, and they'll be pretty happy at this present stage of the game as we see a boundary line throw-in take place. 111 to 66 in favour of the Lalor Bloods as we see the ball thrown in.
I'm sure that umpire blesses that ball before he puts it back in.
It'll be a big punch there by Sealy. Pushes it forward, running on it this time. And a big handball over the top there. Found Briggs. Briggs up and under kick. It's going to go into James. Just sits back onto the pack there. And he throws it down on his boot. And he's kicked another one, James. And that'll be 18 goals, 9. 117 points. Lalor 10-6, 66. Reservoir. And James has kicked his 5th.
The ground now for Lalor. There's the ball back in the centre. With umpire Woodhead. Puts it down. Mavalowski and Taylor. Favours Mavalowski over the back of him. Scotty Ryan took it out of there. Got it to Dale Breeding. Went to ground. Couldn't get a clean handball away. Coming through now. Maker picks it up. Gets it onto his right boot. You don't see that too often from Sean Maker. Up towards the forward pocket. Coming through. Oh, good work, Doherty. Throws it on the left boot. Geez, he hasn't done a lot wrong back there in full back.
No, he's
Doherty.
Good job.
And the ball is in the arms, though, of Sean Maker up on centre wing for Reservoir.
Maker decides to go on his left foot, which he looks up there for. Looks like Drew's having a run up forward. Give him a tall option, but getting back there looks like Taylor. And no, it's not. It's Mavalowski, and Mavalowski will take a mark cross half back. Decides to go out wide with a drop punt. Out there looking for Scuderi, and Scuderi unattended, but he got the big punch come over the top there, and the ball's at ground level. Briggs handballed over to Gavin Langbourne, who was looking for Kalir. Working back there is Noble. Noble tries to sock it off the ground, but it's kicking in danger, and the free kick will go back there to Hayden Langbourne.
He's at centre forward. Now, is he going to go along to James? He sets it up for the big forward, and he's got some good support from Carney. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a free kick against Carney.
It is.
And it will
That's
be
25.
25 also, as James. Carney just left the path for James to come into. He took the mark, but Carney has fringed on his opponent. And there's a fair 25 too, by the way.
Wouldn't mind buying land off him, would you?
Right up to almost the back of the square. He's on the top of the 50-metre line. Asked to play on now. Short over the top. Williams just inside the square. Come out wide to Ryan. No. Decides he'll go a bit longer to the half-forward line. Sitting underneath it. Marshall backs into the pack. Ball comes down the ground. Breeding picks it up. Gets the ball around the corner. Pretty in front. Strong hands. Good juggling mark as he goes to ground. And the big man has worked reasonably well for Reservoir. Will line up 30 out on a 45-degree angle. Kicking to the club room end here at the Whittlesea Showgrounds. Reservoir 10-6, 66. They trail Lalor 18-9, 117. With Pretty a shot on goal for Reservoir.
As Pretty comes in, decides to bring it back around, and that's straight through the high diddle. And Reservoir 11 goals, 72 points to Lalor 18-9, 117. The numbers are still dropping off the scoreboard as the ball's put down the middle once again. Taylor wins out, and Scuderi rows it beautifully as they the kick came to centre half back, but Williams showing plenty of courage across that half back has taken a mark. Goes out wide because he's got a player that's drifted up there is Ryan. Ryan stands, delivers. He's looking out there for DeFleece. Marshall had just equal in the contest. Ball's at ground level, and they work hard to push it out, and Johnny Carpenter gets up off the ground, and we'll see a ball up right on the point of the diamond.
Okay.
As we see Taylor do the ruck work. Got it over there to Breeding. Breeding got a quick kick there. Parengi, the Taylor threw it out to Parengi. Parengi goes back there to Tarzan. Tarzan under plenty of pressure. This is O'Brien. Had to sneak the kick around the corner. Doherty decides to just sock it along the ground, and it'll go through for a minor score. As we see Reservoir 11-7, 73 points. Lalor 18-9, 117.
Doherty from fullback. Goes straight up the middle of the ground. Tarzan and Mavalowski. Tarzan, good, strong mark at the top end of the square for Lalor. Turns around now. Will they keep going direct? Pretty well. Long kick out there. It's Clint Wheatley, the target. Wraps it up with one hand. No, doesn't control it as he goes to ground. They dive in over the top. They come from everywhere. Getting a little willing there at the moment. It's been a good, tidy match from both teams. And they see the sense in getting up and backing out of it. And a free kick, actually. Is it? To Lalor? It is. And who's that going to? Carney. Yeah, well, Adam Cooney seems to have picked up a few free kicks throughout the day. And from the half-forward line, we'll actually go in short, and unattended there is Wheatley. And he will just step over the 50-metre line. Clint Wheatley, man on the mark is Edwards. He's at 40 out, almost directly in front. Goal number 19, Lalor are looking for. They're in, what, 28 and 17, mate. 45 points in front. Well in control. As Wheatley comes up to the 50-metre line. Ball on the way now. Edwards comes over the mark, and it's just drifted through to the left and a minor score. 18-10 now. Lalor, 18-10, 118. To Reservoirs, 11-7, 73.
Grindle. Designated kicker this time. He's got a player in short, which is Brinku. Comes in, takes an easy mark, still in back pocket. Just weighing up his options. Now he goes long. He's looking out the back there. He's looking out there for Collins, and Collins lucky to pay that one. And he will be across half back. Decides to play on. Got the Shepherd there from Noble. Look up there for Carpenter. Big punch over the top there was from Taylor. Found Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth got the handball out to Dennis. Dennis under plenty of pressure. He's got 4 players to beat, so the handball was inboard. Mavalowski puts his body on the line as they work the ball there with a few handballs out to Edwards. Edwards goes long with the handball. Went to as far as Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth had to punch the ball forward, and it only went out of bounds, and we'll see a throw-in take place.
Dead smack, centre wing. Timekeeper's side of the Whittlesea Showgrounds. Game running down to a final siren. We're at the 16-minute mark of the final term. 18-10, 118 Lalor, 11-6, 72 Reservoir. Ball on the way back in. Kalia and Taylor down to Ryan. Couldn't get a clean kick away. McGrath wrapped up. No opportunity. Umpire McPherson will come in, and again, McGrath, well, no need for that. Just a good tackle. Kalia says, get out of it. And Gavin Langbourne gets up off the ground for Lalor. The emergency umpire wants to take the ruck contest, does he? Gets out of the road, allows Gallier to attack the ball. Taylor and Gallier. Taylor did well, got a hand onto it at the back there. It's going to be Hollingsworth that picks it up for Lalor. Swings it around the corner, up towards half forward. In front, Mavalowski controlled it nicely at ground level. Fed the handball over the top here. Another quick handball from Briggs to Dennis. Dennis trying to put it into the corridor, but getting back there and taking the mark is Galletti.
Galletti decides to transfer play out towards Maker. Maker decides he's looking to run the ball, but he has to go back. He's got no options up forward. Telling everyone to push across as he goes long with a drop punt. He's looking up there for Grindle, who's pushed up the ground. Here's a chance for Taylor, but he's got the support now. Taylor ended up with the ball. That could have been on the back against Scuderi. No. It's going to be out of bounds, and we'll see a throw-in. Whoa.
And, mate, have a quick look down the list. Oh, you've done that, have you? Oh, geez, I'll tell you, I've got it in pretty much the opposite way around there, so...
there.
Oh, no, I've got that the same. I've got the same. Perfect. Keep going.
James, big mark over the top, and uncontested, as we'll see, a kick from Aaron James, who's already bottled 5 goals today. He's already missed 5 goals, 5. As he lines up to increase Lalor's lead. Stands, delivers, and he's going to push one a little bit wide of the timber. And it's only another minor score. So he tips down the lower end of the scale on points as he goes to 5 goals, 6 points.
5 goals, 6, has he?
Yep.
119 to 73, 18.5 minute mark, final turn. Lalor Football Club well, dare I say, they're going to grab that cup they should have grabbed last year. So put it out to the half-back line. Badrick dives in over the top of it. Comes up there to Williams for Reservoir. He's tackled, goes to ground. Badrick dives on, knocks it out to Gavin Langbourne. Kick around the corner into the corridor. Sealy runs onto it and takes the mark. 40 out directly in front. Plays on quickly because James is in the goal square. And he's looking to even up that ledger. Slams it through. Goal number 6. It's way, way back in the car park. The kids run on the ground. They indicate a goal. And it is Lalor's 19th. 19-11, 125. Reservoir 11-7, 73. 108 goals. And what's he kicked now? 6-6 for the day?
So he's on 114.
Taylor and Gallier come back towards Gallier. Maybe a high tackle. No. Free. Keep playing on here. Now Reservoir with a quick kick forward. Pretty backs onto it. Drew comes out to meet the ball. Doherty hasn't done a lot wrong. Gets a handball over the top there. Looking for Bronson Wheatley on his right boot. Round the corner. Brother Clint. Clint quick handball inboard for Hollingsworth. Had to stop and go back after it. Picks up at half back. Goes backwards with a handball to Prangy. Prangy now up to half forward. Briggs. 1, 2, 3. Not enough. The umpire said. At ground level. Mopping up Reservoir now. Off that half back line. Into the middle of the ground. McGregor takes the mark for the two Blues.
He plays on because he got the handball over to Breeding. Breeding has one bounce and goes forward. He's look up there for Drew. Drew has it, goes over the back of the pack there. Chance for Pretty. Pretty lines him up there, and it's a pretty ordinary kick as it'll go through for a minor score.
And Maker running into the open goal as well.
A lot of tired boys out there now, Toppy. As Doherty from fullback goes long. And he's look up there for Taylor, who had the right over the top of Calais, but didn't judge it right as McGregor put the handball over the top there to Edwards. Edwards over to Spagula. Spagula goes up into the pocket. He's looking up there for Drew, but over the back this time is Maker. And Maker will mark and line up for goal. I don't think he's kicked a goal today, has he, Maker? No, he hasn't.
I can see Ray Wall coming across with the magic envelope for the Lalor Footy Club. And at Alex Walker, there's Luckman. And there's another one. Back to Maker. How's he going there? Just going through the warm-ups. About to get the ball off the boot here. 45-degree angle. And it comes in. Ball on the way. 30 out. Well, it is a late consolation to Sean Maker for Reservoir. It is a goal, and they're 12th. They go to 12 goals 7. 12 goals 8. Rather 80, trailing Lalor's 19-11, 125. Well, they never get it right. Whistle on the square here. It's against Lalor, and it'll go to Reservoir. Which way did he go, mate? Can you point him out? Taylor from the centre.
Nowhere near us.
Towards Drew, comes out from full forward. Can't control it. Ground level, picked up by Defisi. Round the corner. Good kick. Has it got the legs? Tarzan on the last line of defence takes the mark for Reservoir.
Decides to pop it over the top there because he's got Hollingsworth, who's found a bit of space. And Hollingsworth will go back, and he knows he's got plenty of time because he's got the Premiership Cup well and truly in the Lalor Football Club's hands as he goes with a drop punt. He's look up there for Winter, but he's got the lead from Scuderi. Scuderi got it over there to Marshall, but intercepted there was Langbourne. Langbourne got it back that time to Marshall. Marshall, that was Gavin Langbourne. They look up there for Kearney, coming over the top and over the top of Brinku. And Brinku will get the free kick against Kearney. And Kearney probably hasn't had the day he really want to remember, has he?
Oh, he's in a Premiership team, so...
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
The kick short, and Galletti on half-back. Has a look forward, gets around Badgic, and the Badgic runs him down. Gives you a little tap on the ear, says, yes, I was hot on your heels. Kick up forward, drag down without the football is Edwards, and he'll take the kick here at the top of the square. We're running down the clock, 23 and a half into the final turn. Lalor to go on to be premiers for 2004 in Division 2, and we'll move into Division 1 for 2005. Good pass from Edwards to the leading Pretty, and he will line up virtually directly in front, 30 out. Thought about a short one to Collins.
Still there, no.
But we'll go back and have the long shot on goal. 125 to 79. This will bring it back to a 40-point game as Pretty comes in. Ball on the way. It's been an entertaining final. Well, the kick short, fell into Maker's lap. He's at the top of the square. No one there for Lalor. And he'll go back and line up 2 for 2. Been an entertaining game, Mark, although Lalor have always had the edge.
Yeah, certainly. They've always just been able to answer Reservoir's attacks, and they've really proved to be the better side on the day. But full credit to Reservoir. They've thrown the They're throwing the challenge out to them, but Lalor has sort of steadied all the time.
First one back to the middle. And could just about be his last bounce of the day. Puts it down. Mavalowski and Taylor. Taylor's done well on the ruck for a Reservoir. Got onto that one. Picked up by Clint Wheatley. Wheatley puts a high kick forward. Williams running back with the fly of the ball. Doesn't quite get to it. Cruel bounce for Carney. In there also is James. Socket out by Gavin Langbourne into the path of Hayden Langbourne. He's tried a bit of Palais, but off the last line of defence. Grindle picks it up. Clears it out to the far side. Maker gets across there, but not before the boundary line. And it will be out of bounds 60 metres around from the Lalor goal. Going to the Homecrafts Pavilion end here in the last term. And we're in the last few minutes of football for 2004.
Throw-in will take place as we tick down the last couple of minutes here. Okay, the knockout came from Sealy, but Reservoir threw a chain of handballs over to Ryan. Ryan's short kick only found Marshall. Marshall got it over to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth goes long. He's looking up there for James. It got punched to ground. His Brinku kick was offloaded there. The stack's on the mill, and we can't get it out. So we'll have a ball up, 25 metres out, as we have only got 1 minute to go in this grand final.
As we run down to final siren time, and they're about to go in the 4:47 at Barnsdale at the last there. Carney got the handball from James. Quick kick on goal. Now the umpire's blowing the whistle before the ball's gone through the sticks here. So we'll just have to sit and wait a little bit. And it's going to be a free kick to Reservoir. Aaron James a little bit disappointed there. No, free kick against against Lalor rather, to Reservoir. And a 25-metre penalty into the bargain. So it's right up to the back of the square, the man on the mark. A Reservoir with a kick. Score doesn't count. Doesn't matter if it was a goal or a point. They're well in command anyway, Lalor. They didn't need the score. That was a sloppy kick out towards centre wing, picked up by Winther. He goes backwards with the kick towards Hayden Langbourne. Langbourne picked it up, in a little bit of trouble, feeds it out to Sealy. Sealy just throws it out to his own advantage. Edwards gets a quick handball forward. Picked up by Defeasy over the top there to Carpenter. Looks for his left boot. Got out a bit of trouble. Turned around a corner. And it bounces over the boundary line a metre from the behind post. And we'll have a throw in deep in the Reservoir's attack. It is a full scoreboard, thanks. It is 19 goals, 11, 125. Lalor to Reservoir's 13 goals, 8, 86 in the last minute of the game.
Throw will take place. Pretty got it down in front position. Flicks out there. Here's a chance for Taylor. Got out to Sealy. Bottom of the pack there. Carpenter works hard for Reservoir. Can't get it out. We'll see a ball up.
No, high tackle, mate.
High tackle.
On to Carpenter there.
Oh,
so we could almost get a goal on the siren at the end of the day. 28 minutes has ticked over. Carpenter comes back. The man on the mark there. I've done mine. Yeah.
Carpenter lines them up, puts it through the middle, and that'll be the 14th goal for Reservoir. 14 goals, 7, 8, 92 points, 91 points. 92 points to 19, 11, 125, Lalor.
Went out here, and they're digging for the scores over there now. Are they? Late change coming. Down in the middle, Cam McPherson, there it is. It is a premiership to the Lalor Football Club. It also is promotion into Division 1 for 2005. Final scores. It is Lalor, 19 goals, 11, 125, have defeated Reservoir, 14-8, 92. Goal kickers for Lalor. It is 6 to James, 5 to Langbourne, 3 to Briggs, and a 1 each to Dennis, Galea, Mavalowski, Bronson Wheatley, and Hayden Langbourne. For Reservoir, we've got 4 to Breeding, 2 to Maker, 2 to Carpenter, and 1 each, and 2 to McGregor, and 1 each to Moody, O'Brien, and Ryan, and Pretty. 14-8, 92 Reservoir have been defeated by Lalor, 19-11, 125.
Paul Briggs, the inaugural recipient of the John Elliott Medal, Best on Ground Division 2 Grand Final. Come on, Curly. Number 4, Aaron James. Number 5, Jamie Hollingsworth. Number 7, Adam Kearney. Number 10, Clint Wheatley. Number 11, Steve Doherty. Number 14, Hayden Langbourne. Number 16, Paul Briggs. Number 19, Bronson Wheatley. Number 21, Daryl Sinclair. Number 24, Dane Seeley. Number 30, Jason Darson. Number 31, Nick Mavalowski. Matty Wimfer. 23, Matty Wimfer. Matty Kalea. 34, John Parangi. 36, Adam Dennis. 38, Darren Taylor. 40, Mark Scuderi. 'The captain of the Lalor side, Stevie Marshall. The coach of the Lalor Football Club, Gavin Langbourne. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to make the presentation of the George LeBrock Premiership Cup, A-grade Division 2, which of course also means next year Division 1. No, they did. They really gave us a really good game today. They stuck to it, and they never say die attitude. It went right through the finals, and it went right through today. So well done to Reservoir. Next, I want to commiserations to Steve Petrucelli and David Wall that they missed out today. So well done, boys. It was a bit of bad luck. It was, we had a pretty bad time at selection, and it was a real nightmare. But in the end, you know, we had to go with only 21. You can't fit 23 into 21, so you know, just keep your heads high, you two boys. You're part of the side all year, and hopefully you can enjoy it. Probably not as much as what we will, but still I want you to get there and enjoy it. So thanks, fellas. No worries. Also, I think played a big part this year was Brad Langbourne. So well done to Brad running the bench. So excellent stuff, Brad. Okay, but really I'd like to thank all the committee, the boys. It's been 2 years in the making, and really, look, next year, First Division, we've got over the first hurdle. We've got many more hurdles to go. I just hope that all the supporters that are here today can hang around and be there next year to make sure that the Lalor Football Club become a force in First Division again. So well done, boys. Thank you.